Hello, welcome to Clockwise, which is the new D&D thing I'm doing or trying. This is the second time we've done it, so excuse me if there's some technical difficulties. All that jazz, we're ironing it out. Today is last time it was a one-on-one with Zite. We're going to see the other side of the coin this time with the other two players, that's Ashe and Hans. And there they are. Zite, one of the players, has disappeared into the void. Gone forever? Perhaps we'll find out. Depends on, this. Hans and Ashe. Must try and find a way to get him out there, obviously. Little bit about the actual story as a whole at the moment. The Golden Rose Agency has been established by Zite. It's their job to hunt down monsters and other horrible creatures for money. With that, they have been given a contract to stop a mysterious force which is moving down the coastal road from Bridget down to Folksweaven. They've moved their way up and they figured out it's a spirit, basically a carnival of spirits called the Astrina Macabre, which seems to be spiriting away people in the area. They've got to stop it before it reaches Wulden's Crossing, or, Wulden's Crossing disappears too, which should be reason enough. We're just going to jump in. Just so you guys know, we're not going to be talking to chat while we're streaming, while we're playing D&D, so we can just focus on the game. We'll talk to chat during a little break in the middle, and then at the end if people have questions or whatever. So with that, I'm going to jump in and see you guys later. So, hello players. Now we get to just minimize the stream tab and pretend like it's there. Last we left off, you had a fight with a strange creature from the void. After a challenge had been set by some creature from the beyond, Zite accepted this challenge, summoning the creature via the hourglass, and summed it was, and it was a tremendous fight. Ashe almost died, and Zite afterwards decided to enter the void after he was beckoned. The portal stood open, its arms stretching, trying to feel creation. Hands coaxing Zite towards the portal, and you watched on in horror as he actually stepped through. The door closed behind him, and you guys are left in that same damp cave in the dark. Hans, all your stuff is strewn about the cave as your bag exploded when this creature was summoned. That leaves you alone. It's quiet. Zite's gone.
Idiot. Did he just... Hans, I'm sorry, can you clarify to me that Zite willingly vanished from existence?
Well, he was welcomed in.
Doesn't mean he had to go!
I don't know. Can I do a perception check on to see if there's any residual voids?
Go for it.
Anything?
You don't see any residual void stuff.
No, yeah, cool.
You can see your stuff strewn about, but doesn't seem like there's anything else. Not to you, anyway. First nat one, getting that one out of the way early.
Yeah, hopefully.
Put my head in my hands, and I'm just like, why did he do it?
Looks like we're going to have to try and rescue him somehow, but as I'm talking, I'm walking around the cave just picking up like mess tins and...
Yeah. Your bag's exploded, so you have to carry it with your hands.
Bedroll.
Yeah, I'll just absent-mindedly hold out my bag for him to put his things in. while I just try and process what's happening.
I'm sure he's fine. It's Zite. He'll be fine. We just need to...
It's Zite. He won't be fine.
I know, I'm trying to make you feel better.
I'm trying to think of what to do, where to go, who to talk to. I mean, the best thing I can think of to do now is maybe go see Kostawan?
There is another door into the void.
There is, but that means having to cross the bridge back where the goblins are.
We could definitely see Kothwan while we're here. He might know. He might be able to give us some insight. But if we need to rescue Zite, we only know of one other door. The one in the Tower of Ur.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, let's go see Kostawan and let him know what happened. See if he can shed some light on any of this or point us in a different direction. Failing that, we're going to have to head back north. See if we can't save our friend.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
Head out of the cave.
Yeah, you guys head out.
Carrying my extraordinarily heavy bag now.
Allow it.
Yeah. Ash, what, you're just gonna let her carry that?
Yeah.
I'm just
The big,
dragging
strong
it
paladin.
along like a humpback.
Yeah, Ash laboriously carries the bag out of the cave. Out of Weaven Spring, you come back to the town of Folksweaven. There's a slight drizzle. The sun's just pressing through the clouds. It's about, I believe it's about 3 p.m. for you guys now. Sun's pretty low in the sky, as it tends to be in this part of the world. Wandering across town, you see people, they're still rebuilding after the Black Night, after the zombie horde encroached on the territory. You can see people patching holes in walls. Those pyres of bodies seem to have all gone out now that they've been dealt with. Moving on through the town, past the old town and to the old well, you see a familiar pipe sticking out the ground and a familiar elevator.
Ash, you're the one that normally remembers the password.
True. I mean, I guess I'm good for something. Willowwood.
As you say that, you feel the thing begin to go down, and yeah, you descend into Kostawan's self-proclaimed lair, the old blue dragonborn artificer. As you head down, though, you do hear sounds like raised voice of Kostawan in the distance. He says, "Don't you speak that vile tongue in my home, halfling." As you get to the bottom of the elevator, you see one of Kostawan's animated armors holding a halfling woman, basically over the chest, about 3 foot above the ground. Kostawan stands battle ready by the looks of it, as this halfling woman struggles against the armor. As you
Yeah, I'm gonna run over. Kostawan, dear friend, what's going on?
Speaking of devils, it appears your muddling around with void magic has attracted the vultures. The halfling woman, short black hair, is wearing a dark grey robe. You can see she's just kind of looking at you guys like with a smile on her face.
Won't you introduce us to your friend?
This is a practitioner of dark magic. Her name's Mottle Grouse. She's wandered around these parts. If you try to speak that black tongue here again, I will kill you.
What language is she trying to speak?
Void speak. As he clicks, the armor puts it down. She straightens her robe. Mortal Grass, at your service. You'll be the ones that's been fiddling with the void magic then, will you?
And how exactly have you heard whatever it is you've heard?
It's my job to keep a lookout onto things like this. You're not exactly been subtle, which is a surprise. Practitioners of void magic tend to be, a little more.
Our particular practitioner is quite loud, yes.
Yes. Now, I'll get straight to the point. I don't want to sully Costawan's home any longer. I'm here for the book.
Book?
Year's book.
Sorry, I'm not giving that to you.
What book?
Year's book. I know you
Year's
have it.
diary. I have it.
I will be
And you're
taking
not
that
having
from you.
it.
It's my job to collect these things before other
I
people
don't care
destroy
what
them.
your job is. I storm up to her and I'm just like chest puffed. You're not having the book.
We're having a little bit of a bad day.
I can see that. Very well. I suppose I'll leave you to it. You know, it would be shame. I heard there was 3 of you, and yet only 2 return.
He's just nipped to the loo.
Yes, he'll be along shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Costuan looks down at the halfling. You should leave, and not return. Very well.
Before you go, what did you want with the book? Just to add it to your collection?
There are certain forbidden magics. Some people like to destroy this knowledge. I collect it, and I learn from it.
Okay. You sound dangerous.
There's no danger in dark magics, only how you use it. She says that, she turns around and walks towards the elevator and ascends.
Like her
Fat woman.
attitude.
I'm gonna lean.
Necromancers just think that dark magic is just magic.
But what if she might be able to help us find Zite? She might know
Find
something.
no
useful.
help. Are you being quiet actually about this, or?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't believe she can help us. I believe she just wants what she wants. And this book might actually be able to help us bring him back. I'm not gonna just turn it over to her.
I'm not suggesting that, but she might have. Well, she's clearly got knowledge of the things we're dealing with far beyond us. Costawan, Zite is not just nipped to the loo. You might have gathered.
I'm sorry for your loss, but did you manage to close the curse or the challenge, at least?
Yes. The challenge was met, and Zite was. Are we alright talking about this here?
There's no use hiding it now. Seems dark practitioners already know. Worst case scenario, really.
Yeah, the challenge was met. We defeated the creature. And Zite, like the idiot he is, walked into the void, invited.
Foolish indeed.
I think you meant to
sorry.
claim the prize, potentially.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, he's not necessarily lost. If we can get to the void, we might be able to pull him back out before he goes void crazy.
Getting the void is no easy task. The door requires to be opened on both sides.
Well, we already know where one open door is.
But we only know that it's open on one side.
True.
We don't know how to open it on the other side.
All we can do is hope that Zite has had the same idea, that he's trying to open it from the other side.
As you guys
Maybe.
are talking, you hear the elevator begin to come down. You see the halfling again, being held about 2 foot off the floor by a very tall tiefling
Uh-oh.
who strides in. also wearing another dark robe.
Uh-oh.
She places Mottle down. Quite a situation you found yourself in.
Who's that then?
You three. Words travels fast
Hey,
around
you
our
be.
community. Yeah, introductions are not necessary. Let's
Oh
just
no,
say
I'm sorry, but if you're gonna talk to me, then you're gonna tell me your name.
Then I shan't talk to you. She turns to Hans. I am a friend. I've been sent here with a message.
A message from whom?
A lost companion of yours. Let's see. She pulls out a notepad. Flicks out some spectacles. Puts them on her head. He says, I found someone here. I'm going to go somewhere with them.
Well, that's about as vague can get.
It's literally what he said.
How did you get this message?
He told me it's a long story. Like, you don't need to worry about that. Just all you need to know is he's alive and well. And probably lost forever, idiot. This little one here, she slaps slaps the halfling on the head with a notebook. It's going to help you, aren't you, Mottle? Oh, well, look at this up. Yes,
And
yes I am.
what do you want in return for help? Because I know these things don't come free.
That book would be nice. Allow me to make my case, at least.
Go ahead.
All right. State your case.
You can see Costawan's kind of just looking at her with disgust. And she heads over to one of his couches and sits down. Suppose you have any tea?
Okay. I was about to ask the same.
Costawan shakes his head and walks out. When you turn around, the tiefling is gone. My name is Mottle Grouse, and I may be a practitioner of dark magic, yes? Doesn't make me a dark person. These magics are powerful and unknown, and the people in academia would take the books, lock them away, or burn them, and anyone who practitions it. It's my job to study these forbidden arts in case a threat should come along that knows them.
Who do you work for, yourself? Are you, is this a self-interest, or is there a higher power that you're... that tiefling, perhaps?
Say self-interest. The tiefling, I'm not too sure about. Definitely a practitioner, though. All I want to do is understand, study, and that way we can come up with defenses should needs be.
You know, this study is... It might be
Forbidden.
hypocritical for me to say this, but very forbidden. You're okay operating outside of the laws of the land.
I've been operating outside of the laws of the land for many years. This is my job.
Okay.
You should know that we came across this by mistake. We never intended to even activate this magic.
I'm sorry you met with this fate. If I'd known you had died, I would have been here to collect his work much sooner. I know he's been dabbling for a while, but he keeps his research close to his chest. We can work together. I can help you, or at least attempt to save your friend. And either way, if it goes well or fails, I would like the tomb.
Give me a reason to trust you, and we can maybe make an agreement.
Look at it this way. It's better off in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, over people who stumble upon it and wreak havoc. I can keep the book safe from yourselves and anyone like you who might stumble upon it.
We will give you the book, but only if we successfully save Zite, then our use for the book becomes diminished. But if we fail, we may need it to attempt to rescue him again in the future. So we won't be able to give it up so easily should we not be successful. Plus, that gives you more of a vested interest in how this turns out. And I think I'd trust you more if you had a bigger stake in it. You okay with that, Ash?
What I was going to suggest.
Costa stood in there, walks into the room, and he says, "You might want to look at this." As you see, is staring down the hallway towards the elevator. Mm-hmm. As you turn around, you see the room has elongated, and continues to elongate. It stretches backwards. The back of the room darkens, and you begin to see black writhing tentacles spurt out from the wall. A giant lidless eye emerges in the centre of the room. Purple and black, it pulsates, and it stares at you.
Costoan, what is that?
He puts his hands up and clicks, and you see those blue flames come up, and it illuminates and disappears completely.
What was that?
You people have fucked around with reality. The borders between here and the void have been thoroughly shattered. You're going to have situations like this popping up throughout the entire area. Not just you, the people of Folksweaven, anyone around, a stave, maybe even Aura. Until you figure this out, you're going to have situations popping up everywhere. I'm going to do my best toward my house, but I'm sick of you dabbling in dark magic. I warned you before. I would like you to leave.
Wait one second. Sorry.
Anyways.
Any idea how we might resolve this?
I don't know. I don't care. Get out now.
I was gonna say that.
Costoan, we didn't mean for...
You brought this down on me. I want you to know that. Whatever comes of it.
It was more... it was Zite.
You. Collective you. You and your people. I wish for you to leave my home. I shouldn't like you to return.
We can respect your wishes. Very well.
If you get found out by the men at Academia, by the elves, if they get your name, they will seal you away. You understand this?
Yes.
I shan't give them your name when they come, which they will. That's my gift to you. If you should leave quickly.
Very well, Costoan. Thank you for everything so far.
Take the halfling with you.
Come on, Mottle.
Didn't even get my tea.
We'll head out.
Very well.
As we're leaving, I just turn around and I just bow really low. I'm so sorry.
You can see a sadness on his face, but he looks kind of stalwart in his opinion. As he clicks his fingers and that animated armor goes back to its position in the room. And he heads out.
He wasn't too bothered until it all went down the pan, but never mind.
Shall we?
Yes. We're gonna have to head north over the bridge. Let's talk about the message. I found someone here. I'm going to go somewhere with them. It's clearly coded. I'm thinking Yer and Yer's tower.
I'm not sure if Yer's alive. He's been gone for a very long time. Not many people can survive the void for that long.
Well, we don't know. He'd alleged to have jumped off the tower.
I was about to say, didn't he never actually enter the void? Didn't he end up jumping from the top of his tower?
That's what I heard.
That's
as
what
well.
they say.
I would imagine if it were Yer, he would not return to his tower. From what
But he must know that there's a door there.
What research I've done, Yer was dabbling in he's communing on with creatures from other realms. That's his expertise. It's his job to summon creatures. But it seems he has been communicating with something far beyond him. Opened a door with its help, but that creature owns that door. It would be far too dangerous for us or them to go to it. It would be suicide.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't want to go through that door. Not if there's a creature of an unimaginable power and size watching over it. However...
So, do you think there might be something in his notes that might help us summon a new door somewhere else?
I know of a place that could work for us. There's a reason Yer built his tower in this area. It's borders other realms closely. Hundreds, thousands of years ago, there was a tragedy at Ilmark. Ever since then, the borders between this realm and the next, and all those in between, is wafer thin.
Ostoan did mention this the last time we saw him.
There was a war fought using void magic, right? That's this. Is this a remnant of that war?
No, that war came much later. This is the remnants of it's called the Ascension. It's an ancient war between the old gods and the new.
I know of this war. Vaguely, but I know of this war.
There was an event known as the Betrayal of Ilmark, where thousands were slaughtered and betrayed. That amount of death concentrated in a small area has caused irreparable damage to the realms here. That's caused these hotspots to appear. Yer's tower is built right on top of one of them. We could go to another and push our way through there.
How do we know that they'll go to the same place?
It's not like we're talking about the Feywild here. The place Zite finds himself in isn't an echo of this world. Where we are placed physically doesn't matter as much as the intent of passing through the veil.
So long as he wants to find his way back, he will.
If he's attempting to break into the veil, which is the only way out of there, we will have to break into the veil too. The door must be open on both sides. Otherwise, he'll just be trapped in the veil for all eternity.
Who's this person that he's found then?
There are many lost creatures in the void, many creatures that never existed. Maybe he's made a deal with a creature to come to our reality. It could be anything from a man to a monstrosity. We don't know what we'll find when we open that door. It might not even be Zite that sent the message. It might be some foul play. Is that a risk you're willing to take for your friend?
I don't see any other choice.
Our only other means of knowledge has cast us aside. So there's not much else we can do now.
We're also trying to deal with another time-sensitive dilemma. One that is another compounded threat to the region.
Time sensitive.
Probably also
We're gonna have
cause...
decisive.
How long do you have?
Not enough.
Not
Not
enough
long.
time.
A
Another
week.
7 days, maybe.
How long is it to the area you're suggesting?
2 days.
2 days there. In what direction? North,
What-
east?
North.
North is good.
North is good.
Okay,
Over
so
the bridge.
Not over the bridge. Well, we reach the Farewell River. The bridge passes over. And from there we move west into the mountains. There's a pass there we can pass through into Aura.
Aura.
There's a place known as the Cinderwood Basin. Luckily this time of year it's not aflame. There is a place there, a rift between the realms. It is being used at the moment, but we should be able
Will it
to...
not be guarded by the elves?
The elves? No, the elves won't touch this place. It's guarded by something else.
And more
Sounds
drama.
ominous.
What exactly are we facing here?
There's a race of creatures. They don't live in the material realm, they live in the ethereal plane. Now, on the ethereal plane, time doesn't move as it does here. You won't age. They don't age. In order to bear a child, they break through to the material realm using rifts, raise their children here, and then move back into the ethereal plane once they're of age.
I don't suppose these beings are incredibly friendly and helpful.
Sadly not. They're notoriously territorial and will likely attack us on sight.
I figured. Okay. Well, if that's our best option, at least it takes us sort of the way we want to go.
Where is it you're trying to reach?
Jet.
Bridget. Let's get the map up. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's have a look.
There is another matter of a significant presence of goblins in that area.
We might be able
One of the
to solve 2 issues.
One of
For
the
you.
reasons we haven't been able to make it that far north yet.
Once we reach the bridge, we can move to the west, over the pass and into the Cinderwood. If you're wanting to save time, once you have your friend, of course, you could move directly north through the Crystal Woods to Bridget and exit here. That would avoid the goblins on the way there. And
And we could still get our friend back.
should only
Sounds
add an additional day to your time.
Okay. It seems worth rolling the dice.
I mean, it still gives us 4 days to fix what needs to be fixed, so...
And I don't think we're as likely to succeed if we don't have our full complement.
You're right.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
But you remember our deal. You get the book when we get the Zite. And only then.
It's a deal. Is there anything you need to do to prepare before we leave? Provisions. We will be climbing mountains.
I will need a new bag.
I shall meet you at the northern gate when you're ready.
Are we... It's soon to be evening time. Are we okay to travel this pass in night? Save ourselves some time? Or should we rest first?
We'll rest at the base of the mountain, I believe.
Very well.
Hopefully won't come across anything along the way. We'll have to travel up the river. We should be fine. It's going to be tight, we'll have to move fast. No time to dilly-dally. I'll meet you at the northern gate when you're ready.
Very good.
She heads off.
Cool. We'll head into town, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
You head into Folksweaver, the people are doing their business. They're bouncing back a little bit more than last time. The general vibe is that of hope and rebuilding. As you're heading through, well, whereabouts in the town are you wishing to go?
Well, I want to go to the market, bazaar sort of thing, and get some see if there's any sort of climbing equipment that's better than just a bit of rope, maybe.
Okay.
A grapple.
Maybe,
would be good.
maybe some pitons or something.
Okay. So heading south over the river, towards the town square, you see Sister Stone, the Oromancer. As she clocks you as you're walking by, she heads up to you. I thought you went north.
We did. We have been sidetracked. It's a long story.
Well, if your detective agency is as great as you say, we might have a query for you once this is all over.
Okay.
One of the vessels has gone missing.
Gone missing?
One of the acolytes noticed it yesterday while we were cleaning. On rotation, one of them's gone missing.
Just
Is
one.
Do you know who?
We don't know their names. They were a wood elf, though. Red hair. Tall. Noticeable. So that's why we noticed that they're gone.
How long had they been gone for?
We're not sure.
When was the last time you checked?
3 days ago, we definitely had him. Somewhere between that time and this time, he's gone.
Who's had access?
Not many of us. The sisters. Sorry. I forgot the name of the bloody guy. Uriel.
Oh,
Uriel, a couple of his men, and you.
okay. I'll level with you. We've got a lot on our plate right now, but we've got the description, and if we hear or see anything, we'll keep our...
I'll just say it's very
Yeah.
unlikely that he walked out. We have our own situation to deal with. Half of us are down at Ilmark already. The rest of us are preparing to leave. We're leaving the acolytes behind, but Uriel's promised to protect the vessels. But we'll see how it goes.
Understood.
Be careful.
Were there any
Hopefully-
other elves?
Not in the vessels, no.
That was the only elf and vessel.
Yes. The rest of them are humans, halflings. A couple of dwarves.
Okay. That could be
Okay.
significant.
Alright.
Good luck on your journey. Till we
And
meet
you.
again.
And you?
She heads off. So you guys head into shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we do, I just kind of lean into Hans very quietly and like, Hans, I need to speak to you about something. Very, very quietly.
So,
This wood elf that disappeared. They said they last saw him 3 days ago, right?
mhm.
Well, when Zite and I were moving through the catacombs, I don't know. Something happened to him. He said he had to do something. He tried to lie to me, but I caught him in it, and well, he told me to trust him, and I left him to his devices, and I'm worried
He's connected.
that he's connected to this, and that might get us into some trouble.
I remember that day. He seemed very off after we left the temple.
He was very off when he saw the vessels. I don't know exactly what he did. I walked away. I left him to this business that he said he had to do, but I'm worried that he's done something, and it has something to do with this elf.
Okay. Put it to the back of your mind for now. We need to,
I mean, of course, we can't solve this problem without him anyway, can we?
Very true.
So,
But thank you for sharing that. So,
just don't let him know I told you, okay? I told him I wouldn't say anything.
very well. I think all bets are off at the minute. Let's get this kit, regroup with Mortal.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys head through town. What is it you're looking to buy? We'll just gloss over the
Rucksack.
rucksack.
Maybe
out.
some pittons and a grapple, some more rope.
What a
Okay.
kitten.
The things that you hammer into rock in order to tie your rope to them, so it's easier to pull.
We'll say
Some kind of spiked shoe.
we'll say in
Spiked
total.
shoes.
In total, it comes to 3 gold.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that gives you there's 100 feet of hempen rope as well. And 10 pittons.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else we need? Rations? Yeah, I think I've got enough rations for now.
I've got about 6, so that should cover us if we use them between us.
Yeah, I've got a few of them. Okay. Let's make tracks. We have no time to waste. Anyone else? Anything else we should do here before we leave?
No, I don't think so. There's nothing else we can do now until we can get our friend back.
Let's go meet Model and take it from there. But be careful. I'm not 100% bought into her yet.
No, I will be keeping a very close eye on this book. I don't trust that she'll keep her hands to herself.
Good idea. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you guys head to the Northern Folksweaving barricade. You can see some of the men you fought beside on the bridge, still defending it. Bottle awaits you ride a pony, because halflings are cool like that. And she sees you coming. You guys, a horse on your horses?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe we still had our horses.
It's Fortune, so I should start Fortune.
Yeah, Fortune's still around.
Yeah, and I never stabled. I don't remember his name.
I can't remember.
The other horse, the other horse.
The white horse has got brained by the goblin.
Yeah, that's Cassiferus.
That's Cassiferus. Yeah.
Cassiferus, yeah.
Cassiferus got brained, so no more laughing horse for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll say you guys left the horses by the well, jumping on, and heading north. You meet up with Mottle, who several saddlebags around her dark grey pony. Greets you and says, "So then, get as far as we can while the daylight's here. We'll do well.
We should be careful of goblin scouts as we head towards the bridge.
We'll do well to keep on this side of the bridge then, if it's as infested as you say."
Yes, definitely, especially given that they're a lot more active at night.
Yeah, the town managed to fend them off very recently, but we don't know how well they've kept them from coming back.
I'll be back, and in greater numbers.
You guys begin your journey north. Heading north, it's like a 4-hour ride to the Farewell Bridge. You can see the white stone of the Farewell Bridge. Its towers against the skyline. The Farewell River itself, about 300 feet wide. It's a big old river. Flows quite slowly towards the ocean on the east. Something different, however. You notice a significant amount of what looks like foam flowing down the river.
Stop and just inhale the air and just make a nature check.
Yeah, go for it. Roll that nature check.
Well, that's no good.
6. You don't notice any. It seems like sea foam. It has a certain salty fragrance to it.
Goblins, for sure.
I was trying to see if I could smell the difference between regular sea, which is only a few hours this way, and potentially the goblins.
Or even with
Flying from the mountains to the sea, then?
yeah, even with the 6 in nature, you know that this river should be freshwater.
Yeah.
So, oh, it's coming from the mountain.
That's
Oh, no. We're gonna run into some goblins.
Yeah. Waddle, we need to be mindful. This looks like the briny substances of the ib goblins. If it's running downstream, it means that they might well be on this pass.
A delightful subspecies, as always. Very well. Would you like to lead the way?
Very well. Fortune, off we go.
Okay. And you guys begin to... How quickly are you guys travelling down this river? You can travel at a fast pace. You'll get to the base of the mountain by nightfall, by sunset. If you travel at a normal pace, you'll probably be there a couple hours after nightfall. A slow and careful pace, it'll be 4 or 5 hours after nightfall.
Medium, do you think?
I think medium. I don't like the idea of traveling ultra slowly because it'll get really dark really fast and we could get stalked. But I don't want to travel too fast and get ambushed. So yeah, I guess we'll travel at a steady trot.
And,
Mind you, that said, these things run around at night, don't they? So if we can... Yeah, let's go medium.
and what order do you guys want to travel in?
Me, Mottle, you?
Rear, if you want. I can watch the back and make sure we don't get followed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You begin your journey west. The foam on the river, it collects in places as it goes rocks and fallen logs. The smell does get more pungent as the hours go by. Perception checks, please.
Nat 1.
It's a nat 1. Okay. Hans, you notice a collection of bushes are completely dead. This reminds you of the spirit fire that you saw further south. It seems like the Strina Macabre had moved through this area at some point, or had based here or something. You're not too sure. It's up to you if you want to stop and investigate or continue.
Yeah, can I stop and do a nature check just to try and confirm
Yeah,
that?
go for it.
19.
19? Yeah, it indeed is definitely the results of Spirit Flame. You can see where it's travelled through bushes, and with a 19 you actually notice a collection of footprints in the grass where the grass has died as something has walked over it in long strides. Very long strides.
Hans, what's the matter?
It's all evidence of the spirit fire. They must have passed during their journey south through this route rather than
Over the bridge.
across the bridge. Yes.
As you look over the river, you see a large woolly creature. It's about the size of an elephant. A large horn goes down most of its head. 2 beady eyes stick out the side. The horn tapers into 2 large ivory protrusions. It basically looks like a giant hammer. It comes down from the creature. It's massive, big brown woolly creature. You see, it seems to be grazing.
I think I've seen one of these before.
Have I? I don't think
Do you want to do a nature check for me, Ash? We'll see.
Yeah, sure. 20 this
Nice.
time.
You haven't seen one of these before, but you do recall a creature in the area, a large creature in the area known as the Hammerhorn, being brought up. You know that they can be extremely aggressive, but they're only aggressive to man-made structures, not to people themselves. They're a problem in the area. Okay.
Yeah, be careful not to anger that thing.
Definitely not. It's looks like a formidable beast.
So, continuing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should.
Few more hours go by, the sun lower and lower in the sky. You see the shadows of the mountains begin to cascade over you. There's a chill that comes with it. I'm going to need more perception checks of you guys.
Okay, yeah, that was better.
22, nice.
22.
15 for me.
15, okay. Ash, you notice there's movement under the water. Something large moves through the river.
Has it been following us?
Doesn't seem like it. Seems to have just passed you, going up the river.
Okay. So I'll just, I'll wave up to Hans at front. Hans?
Yes.
There was something swimming down there. It's just swum up the river past us now, but keep your eye out in case something decides to pop out of the water.
Very well. How far is the water from us? Are we like raised above it, or are we like on level?
You're following a trail. Yeah, it's probably about 5-10 feet bank. It's
quite a low bank. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of ups and downs. It's not like a sheer cliff or anything.
Yeah.
You can see the other side of it. It's 300 meters away. As you're walking, and I'll keep with the same perception checks, you both clock as the sun comes down, you see a fire, a couple of fires lit on the other side of the river. Now the mountains are starting to surround you on the left and the right. You're definitely coming within that pass that that Mel mentioned. But yeah, you can definitely see seems to be campfires on the other side of the river.
Is there any easy way across the river?
It's a 300 foot river. It's difficult to cross. It's not flowing too fast, so you could swim it. But as terms of like easy, probably not.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that those are probably goblins camping out around there.
Yeah, possibly. Is there any way to just thinking? Can we get a little bit closer and try and see if we can see any movement or?
Do you want to? Yeah. You won't need to do a stealth check from this far. It'll just have to be another perception check to see what you see.
Okay.
Squint really hard.
11. Yeah.
12.
Okay. It doesn't take much to see as you're looking over. You do see what looks to be some rough, leathery tents. You see shadows, movements, getting towards the dark side now, so you can't quite make out the figures. However, you do see a large green creature begin to crawl its way out of the river. Massive in size. It keeps low to the ground. It's loose and gelatinous, slimy green. It claws its way, digging its hands into the dirt, and pulls itself across. It has no legs as it pulls itself out of the river. It resembles close to a giant slug with arms, essentially. As it drags itself towards the encampment, grabbing onto trees and rocks as it moves forward, you see a long trail of a very familiar substance behind it. This thing appears to be some form of goblin.
What?
Well, that's a different kind of goblin to the ones we've seen before.
It's huge. It's very large. Yeah.
Could this be the queen or some kind of.
Maybe they have more than one queen. Maybe they have multiple. Maybe they have, like, a few different queens?
Model. Do you know what that is? Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I can't say I study the genealogies of goblins. Let's see actually what she knows. Never seen anything like it. The Ib goblins I know are a strange substrata. They mutate in strange ways. Unlike standard goblins, which are very true to form, Ib goblins can change over time to fit certain agendas. And I know of tall, spindly ones that climb through the treetops. Ones that regurgitate this substance that they revel in. There are many forms of these goblins. It would be wise not to lower your guard around them.
How far is the encampment area?
It's 300 across the river, and then it is.
No, I mean where. Sorry, I'm asking
where we're gonna stay.
Where we're planning to camp.
Should be about an hour away now. You can see towards the base of the mountain. We'll basically travel up with the river. You can see ahead of you the two very large mountains on either side. It's still high up, but you're not exactly climbing to a peak. You're going to be climbing between two mountains and back down again from Xenos.
I suggest we move on. Forget this.
Yeah, we'll deal with this later.
We don't really have the time, but at the same time, is there an opportunity here to rid ourselves of the goblins that have invaded the coast?
Could you make a what would it be? I guess it would be a straight intelligence check from you, Hans, with your military knowledge.
Is that a saving throw?
No, it's just straight intelligence. Should be able to roll on intelligence.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah, you don't. You're not too sure if. Yeah, nothing. Nothing springs to mind. You're not hit with a brainwave.
I suggest we move on. Keep to the mission at hand.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
At least we know if it is important where it is. We could come back and finish the job if we need to.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue on the path.
Okay. The hour goes by. You do get the feeling you're on edge for a while as you're so close to the goblin encampment, but it doesn't seem like they have anyone on this side of the river. You manage to get to the base of the mountain. The ground turns from grass and flowers to a darker dirt, almost like gravel. You can hear it crunch under the steps of your horses. The chill really has come in here. The wind seems to travel down this valley and funnels, and it's got a bit of a howl going on. The night sky is cleared up. You can see the moon bright and full. It lightens up the area, reflects off the river, which here has no foam at all.
That's a good sign.
Right then.
At least they haven't made it this far up the mountain.
There's a reason for that. If they were to remain here too long, they might get hunted down. There is a patrol that travels through the area every now and then.
Oh, love.
Ethereal beasts.
Hmm?
Are you talking of elves or ethereals?
Neither. There's a tribe of Arakocra in the area that have made a deal with the elves. They patrol the mountainside to make sure nobody is travelling in through the mountains. It's a recent embargo.
And would they take issue with our using this pass?
Yeah.
I don't believe they'd pose much of a threat, but if they were to notice us, then they would alert the elves, who might make trouble for you down the road when you head north. We'll do best to pass by this without being noticed if we can, so bear that in mind. We're not quite within the area where they'll notice us. They tend to stick to the mountaintops, but they do like to fly over.
Very well. Is this where we'll set up?
I think this is a good place. We don't want to move too far ahead or we might get noticed by the Outconqueror. We should rest here for the night. The journey over the mountain will be long and laborious. It may take us most of tomorrow.
Very well.
Depending on your climbing skills. We will have to leave the horses. We should be able to reach up with the horses, but it might take us longer. Yeah, I'll leave the decision up to you.
We'll take the horses as far as we can go and climb the rest.
If we can't take them any further, then we can't take them any further. I'd rather not risk losing horses.
I'll say if you decide to take the horses, you can do it. It just means that you'll be traveling much slower. It'll probably take you an extra 8 hours with horses in tow.
That will put us like another half day.
Yeah, and we should take the fastest route.
We'll take the fastest route.
So you're gonna leave the horses?
We're gonna have to leave the horses here. We'll tether them up near somewhere where they can find food and water to drink and eat.
I'll dismiss Fortune.
Yeah, you can dismiss Fortune, but
Mottle lets her pony go essentially to be free.
I can't get rid
Go on,
of.
Bill. Go on, Bill. You can't go. Bill
Oh,
can't go any further.
I can't get rid of this horse. It doesn't belong to us. We've borrowed it.
You also borrowed a horse that got brained by goblins, so in for a penny, really. It's up to you.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll work out the economy later.
I guess we'll just have to pay him really handsomely when we return.
Yeah, he also took his cart as well, which got left in the woods, so you guys haven't really done the best job protecting his property. But yeah, you took the ale though, didn't you?
We did take the ale. No, we left it at the stave.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, basically everything he gave us has been left behind.
Poor guy. I'm just gonna nip to Lou real quick.
Okay.
So we'll be back in a
Couple of minutes.
And we're back. Okay. So, how are you going to set up your camp?
Is there any, I guess, rocks or anything we could use as cover from certain sides?
Yeah, the area you're in now, as you're getting closer to the mountain, there's a lot more kind of larger boulders and rocks around. So, you could set up a encampment kind of on the opposite side of the mountain around them. Yeah. Pretty easy to find that and set up.
And then what I'll do is I'm going to cast alarm on whatever I perceive to be the main, threat route into the camp.
Well, would you like to put it on the side that the goblins might come from, or put it from the side that the Aarakocra might come from? Sorry.
The goblin. I don't see the goblins coming this far up now if they're not already. So I'm going to say the Aarakocra.
Okay, so you put it on the western side.
Yeah.
That's it. So you guys are basically finding yourself in between these mountains here at this point.
Yeah.
The rivers are substantially thinner. You're a bit off the bank now, so you're about 100 feet away from the bank. The clear night sky, beautiful aurora scatters across it. You can't see the Castle Bay from here. There's trees in the way. You can just smell fresh air and this kind of strong breeze that's being channeled down the valley. It's quite nice. You guys gonna go to sleep? What order do you want to take watching?
I'll take first watch, I think.
Yeah, I'll go second then.
Okay. And you want Mottle on 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you hunker down for the night, all wrapped up cozy and warm in your little bed rolls, Hans, you're taking your armour off for the rest, yeah? All the usual stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at spells as well.
Okay. Ash, do you want to make your perception roll for your watch?
Yep. Won't be bad. 13.
13. Okay. It's a peaceful night. The trees kind of blowing in the wind. You do notice something actually as you're kind of taken in the air in the night sky. Silhouetted against the aurora, you notice far up in the sky a large bird. Gigantic actually, in fact. It spreads its wings. You're probably looking at 400-500 foot wingspan. It circles out beyond the mountains, higher into the sky, and then back across the mountains. If you want to do a nature check, see if you know where it is.
Yeah, I'll see if I can recall if I've ever seen anything that big before.
It's Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokemon. It's not. Number 7, no, you don't know what it is. Gigantic bird. Monstrous. In size.
Okay.
With that, your nothing else happens on your watch. The 3 hours pass by, and Hans, it's your turn to roll that perception.
Okay. 12.
12. How do you want to take your watch? You just kind of sitting down? Are you patrolling? Are you?
Yeah, mainly sat down. But yeah, the odd walk around the perimeter as well.
So yeah, you got 12. During one of your walks around the perimeter, your foot steps on something squishy. as you peel your foot back, you see what seems to be a small, writhing black tentacle. It kind of bounces back like rubber when your foot comes off it, and it just kind of writhes kind of in the air.
What's it coming from?
It's coming from the earth.
Yeah.
It's about 3 inches in size, tiny.
Can I have a light source? I'm gonna put the that's I can do for a light source. I'm gonna put the crystalline campfire next to it and turn it on and just flood the area with light and see if that does anything to provoke it.
As you stick the crystalline campfire down and ignite it, the warm glow cascades over the tentacle. It actually seems to revel in this. It wiggles faster and leans a little bit towards the campfire.
I'm gonna poke it.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to roll. You you poke it. As soon as you poke it, it disappears back into the ground. After about 2 minutes, it re-emerges, kind of dancing in the light. You're there for how long? Well, how long do you want to observe it for?
I'm going to touch it again, but this time gentler.
As you touch it gentler, it retracts just as quick. After a little amount of time, you see a second
Like when you
one.
touch a snail.
It's about a meter away from the other one. You just see it. You're not sure if it's been there the whole time or not.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay. You're gonna okay. Can I have a dexterity check from you, please?
Yeah. There you go. 6.
6. You go to grab it. It just kind of slips through your finger back into the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna leave them be, but on future patrols.
Yep.
For my evening, I'm just gonna check and make sure it's not getting out of hand over in the.
You keeping the campfire there, or are you taking it away?
No, I'm taking.
Okay. Yeah. For the rest of your patrol, you visit your little tentacle friend. Doesn't seem to grow or multiply. There's just 2 of them just kind of wobbling around. You do actually find a third one, about 10 meters away from that. Yeah.
I'm gonna just hand it over to Mottle as well, just to say, to keep an eye on it.
Okay. Mottle takes watch. You head back to bed. Okay. You awake next day. The sun begins to crest over the horizon, and it is indeed a new day. The weather is looking a little overcast, but you can still see the sun attempting to permeate through the cloud layer. The wind seems to have died down now.
Flying conditions.
I'm going to take a small amount of private time just to check my belongings and make sure I still have Year's tome.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, still nestled in your bag.
Good.
Okay.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Shall we start now, or do you want to gather your bearings before we move on?
Just give me 1 minute. I want to just check on something. I'm gonna go over to the tentacles.
They're gone.
Okay, I'm ready to go. Just stare at the ground. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Honestly, you're right.
I'm good. It's fine.
It was. What?
I'm good.
Okay, so you begin your ascent, or is there anything you want to do beforehand?
Yeah, I think I'll let go of I don't remember the name of the horse, so I'm gonna give him a new one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call him Valere. And I'm gonna give him a pat on the bum. Be free.
As he
Off you go.
as he trots off, Hans, you hear, oh, finally, to be free again. As he wanders off into the woods.
Bye, horse.
Fuck you. He heads off into the woods.
Hans, are you okay? You look a little red.
It's the horses there. They hate me.
They hate you.
So goddamn much.
You dismissed Fortune the previous night, didn't you? Before you slept.
Yeah.
Okay.
See her again now, don't you?
Ahead of you, you see the large slopes of the northern Moro Mountains. A mist travels down from the peaks and disperses into nothing about halfway down the mountains. They're capped with snow. How do you want to tackle this? You want it to go as fast as you can, carefully.
This is not my strong suit. I'm gonna have to be very careful.
Yeah, I think we should be careful. The last thing we want to do is fall off a cliff and die.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we?
None of us are seasoned experts at this.
No, I'm not a climber. But what I can do is, as we climb further up, we probably might get noticed by the Aarakocra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast on all three of us, Pass Without a Trace.
Very nice.
That lasts for an hour. Maybe I should wait, but
It's up to you.
What does that one do?
so your stealth gets a +10 for an hour.
Nice.
And you don't leave any footprints.
Yeah, you don't leave any tracks except for magical tracks. Like if someone decides to track you magically, then
Yeah.
they can find you, but you won't leave any visible prints or anything.
Very nice.
But maybe I should wait until we're a little higher. That way we don't get as easily noticed.
Yeah, maybe. How long do we think it'll take? Not very good at...
Mottle, how long do you think it'll take to reach higher up in the summit?
Well, now we've got rid of the horses, it should take us, I'd say, about 16 hours to get over the entire thing.
Over the entire thing? As we reach the top, I'll give us a nice cover spell.
Do well to keep
No,
our
we
eyes
don't.
on the skies.
That way we don't anger the Aarakocra or the elves.
Very well.
So who wants to take point and climb first?
I'll... maybe I should go last.
Halflings aren't really known for their climbing ability.
Okay. And Ash cracks the knuckles. And stomps over to the cliff face.
It's not.
I'll go first.
It's not a straight up cliff quite yet. It's more of a steep slope.
Okay, am I still gonna need to climb, or am I just marching up it?
You'll need to climb in parts, but
Okay.
you're marching for now. It's a hard march upwards. The floor beneath
Alright.
your feet is
I'm just,
dirt,
like,
but it's a
Determinedly
stony
stomping forwards then.
dirt. Okay. Then can you give me a survival check?
Oh, God.
A
See how your
survival
navigation
check.
skills hold up.
Yeah, sure. 26. That's a
Wow.
nat 20.
Okay.
No.
For that nat 20, you lead the way, and you actually scout quite an easy route up the mountain. Not much climbing needed at all. You shave about 2 hours off your time in total with that.
Oh, nice.
As you get higher and higher, the gravelly ground gives way to a thick layer of snow. A bitter wind flows over the mountain. The two peaks either side of you. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from all of you.
Constitution saving. Nat 1.
And nat 1, okay.
18.
18.
I'm a freeze.
Yeah, Ash being the smaller of the bunch, you get the chill.
Taller than a halfling, but I don't know how tall she is. So.
But she's stocky.
Oh, she's stocky. I'm
She's
petite.
stocky.
Fair enough.
She's a stocky halfling, a thick-skinned. You don't take any cold damage or anything like that, but you definitely, the chill got to you.
So I'm not feeling so good.
You're not
That's
feeling
cool.
so good. Yeah.
Okay.
Climbing further, the mountain begins to get rockier, harder to climb. Sheer cliffs become more frequent. It gets to the point where you don't see a clear way around this cliff face. It's about 40 foot high. You're gonna have to climb it, rock climber style. How do you want to approach this challenge?
How does one climb a mountain?
You could try just crack climbing, like with your hands.
I wish I bought a book on this before.
Um,
How to Idiot's Guide to Rock Climbing.
can I do a quick investigation check to see if there are any decent footholds that might make for good
You may. Go
wall
for it.
climbing?
Yeah.
16.
16. Yeah. You see, looking along the cliff face, you see what seems to be probably the easiest climb up. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the rest of them and go, look, I can see a path, but it'll require me to climb without equipment and put the equipment in for you to get up.
I'm fine with this.
You're more nimble than I am. If you're okay doing that, I'll stand at the bottom and get ready to catch you.
Much appreciated.
Water on the way down, that'd be great.
Alright, so I will pull some pittons out of my bag and some rope. I'll sling the rope over my shoulder and pop the pittons in my belt.
Okay. And you begin your
And I'll try to climb up. And as I climb up, I'll try and find good places to stick the pittons and tie the rope to so that people have something to hold while they climb.
This will be an athletics check as you're pulling yourself up. You've reduced the DC quite a bit with your use of rope pittons and your investigation, so just know that. As you begin your climb, Mottle pulls out a book and quill.
I got a nat 20.
That's 20. You quite actually nimbly and easily pull yourself. Oh, you're in these rolls today. That's. It's actually quite. It's quite an impressive feat to watch Asa as she bounds up the cliff face like it's nothing, plonking pittons in as she goes. A nice rope forms behind her. You reach the top. Ash, from the top you see you're on kind of a bit more of a level area now. It's just covered in a lot of snow. You see trees and rocks dotting around.
Can I take a look around to see how clear the skies are? Do we need cover?
Do you want to do a perception check for it?
Yep. That is a 15.
15. You notice movement in the southern peak. Specks, little black specks in the sky, about 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
They seem to be kind of staying around that peak, though.
They're staying around. Okay. I'll let everyone climb to the top first before I let them know what I can see.
Okay.
I'll go.
Yep.
Do I need to check as well?
No, not with the rope. You managed to, it's difficult, but Ash has kind of done the brunt of the hard work.
Are we in the team, literally?
As you reach the top, Hans, do you want to go before or after Mottle?
I'll go before.
Before, okay. So, as you reach the top, Hans, your hand hits the. You pull yourself over the cliff face. You see a small black tentacle, just in front of you, kind of just wobbling in front of your face. Pulling yourself up, you see a larger black tentacle off to the kind of the right side, about 4 meters away. It's probably about half a meter in size, just wobbling away. Mottle climbs up with ease. Then you hear a strange noise from behind you, almost a screech sound. And from ahead of you, you hear a rumble as a large boulder begins to roll your way.
Oh shit.
Oh crap.
It's coming towards you.
Get out of the way and don't...
We're going to need some dexterity saving throws as this boulder tumbles towards you. You're right on the edge of the cliff.
I'm going to try and get back down and hold the rope.
Okay.
And I am going to try and veer off to the left or right.
Okay.
15.
Dexterity save. Yep.
Save, and I got 20.
Nice.
And that's a 16 from Mottle. The boulder tumbles towards you faster and faster. It strays a little bit, it bounces, it's hard to predict the way it's going. Ash, it does look like it's headed towards you when a violet light cascades across the sky and something comes from the sky and blows it to pieces. It's completely destroyed.
I look around frantically to try and find the source of where that's come from.
As you turn around and look into the sky, you see that strange eye that you saw at Costawan's floating in the sky. There's a miasma of black and purple gas surrounding it. It stares, you hear that screech again, and then it just kind of flickers and disappears.
What on
I'm
earth?
still dangling off the cliff.
You're just dangling.
Right, I'll run over. I'll run over and I'll just pop my head over and go, you can come now.
Oh, cool. Where's the boulder go?
Those weird eyeball things, the one we saw in Costa ones, exploded it. It was weird. But can I just very quickly, I guess, do an insight check to see if I recognize that color of blast, maybe? I can tell.
Roll the insight.
23. That's not 20.
Yeah, it does immediately. You've seen it many times, many times. It seemed to be the form of a giant eldritch blast.
Okay, Hans, you might call me crazy for saying this, but the thing that blasted that boulder away looked a lot like Zite's magic.
You're crazy for saying this.
I knew you'd say that. Look, maybe he's watching us. Maybe that's what those eyeball things are. Maybe he's trying to help us find him. I don't know. Don't look at me weird like that.
Anything is possible after the last few days we've had. Model, is that something you've seen before?
I've never seeing of anything reaching from the void to the material realm with ease. No.
Definitely recognize that magic.
Just pulls out a quill and is writing down.
Are you making notes over there?
Of course.
Okay.
Ash just looks thoroughly, like, flabbergasted and just done.
See, she closes the book and the quill kind of just vanishes into nothing.
So big floating eyes.
Big floating
Helpful.
eyes.
If we see them,
Potentially. I don't know if it's always maybe Zite. This is just my theory. I don't know. The magic looked familiar. If you'd seen the blast, you would have thought the same.
Well, I've never had a reason to doubt anything you've said before. Let's we'll take it with a pinch of salt, but
Yeah, I can't say that every time we're being watched by friendly eyes, but hopefully the last 2 times have been friendly eyes.
very well. Let's keep moving on.
Also, I point up to the mountain that I can see the flying specks, which I assume are Arakocra patrolling. We currently have a few Arakocra up in that direction. It doesn't look like they're going to fly this way, but if we do see them beginning to get closer, just let me know and I'll try and make cover for us.
Very well.
Okay. So, you guys continue on your way. You're keeping the same.
Yeah, I'll march forward. I'll stomp my way through this mountain if I have to.
All right. The cliff faces you see, they're more and more frequent, but there's often a kind of a valley that you guys can meander your way through. It's slow going, but you head towards what you believe to be the zenith of this particular path. Perception checks.
Perception.
Roll for model.
22.
22.
See nothing. I don't feel so good. That's my excuse.
Got little icicles over your eyelashes.
I've got snowflakes in my eyelashes.
Hands up ahead, you notice smoke. There's a few kind of terraces above you. Smoke of a campfire, it seems. Yeah.
Looks like people have made camp up there. We should approach with caution.
It's probably best not to disturb whoever that is. Okay, everybody. I mean, it says within 30 feet, I think, so...
We're gonna have to pass them.
Yeah, seems like it.
It looks like we'll have to pass over them.
Well, let's see if I identify them.
Okay.
Okay, right,
Um,
well...
So to see what we're dealing with and decide whether to approach on it.
Well, the safest way to do it would be if I give us some protection so that we don't get seen.
Okay.
Right? And I take the time to just gently motion with my hands and mumble in Druidic as I cast. Oh, hello. It closed. I didn't cast it, apparently. There we go. Cast without a trace.
Cast without a trace. Brilliant. So yeah, you all have +10 to stealth checks right now, and you can't be tracked. Very nice. Nice spell. Ashe puts her hands together, whispers in Druidic. You feel a small kind of emit from her. You notice the air kind of stop for a brief second and then come back to life. It's a strange feeling to walk on your next step on top of the snow rather than into the snow.
Nice.
Very good.
Should ensure us some protection, at least from being seen. Or tracked.
So I'm guessing you guys want to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
Nice. That's better. Doesn't that feel better, Hans?
It's a 19 from Mottle.
Okay, right, I got 14.
14. Okay.
Sweet. I like that spell.
It's a good fucking spell, isn't it? Okay. You begin to move north. Not north, well, forwards. West. You notice Ashe as you're at front and you're stealthed.
Oh, God.
Bloody thing. Roll20 is so difficult to use sometimes.
Never a good sign.
You guys are basically down here at the base.
Oh, that's it's a good map, that.
Cheers.
You want me to put my token on?
Yeah, just plonk your token down. No, just in case you have to use it. Okay. It always makes me laugh that you seem so impressed by little things like that. Okay. You notice Ashe at the top of this cliff. A figure stands watching. Looks
Can I
to
get
be
a read on that figure?
Yeah, looks
Can
to
I
be a Aarakocra standing guard.
Can I do an insight to anything I know about the Aarakocra?
It'll be a history check to see if you remember anything.
Okay. 8.
8. Not many Aarakocra where you've been around. You do know there was a tribe on the Twisted Step, but they were very exclusionary and kept to themselves. You never had any dealings with them.
Okay.
You know they can be quite stubborn and prideful.
Well, shit.
Well, they might understand or be sympathetic to our cause if we.
See Mottle immediately kind of hunker behind a boulder after spotting it.
Novel.
Explain ourselves.
How likely are they to listen to us? Considering the recent politics.
Might be able to go through without a conflict. They won't try to stop us, but they will alert the High Elves. They're not allowing men into Aura. Humans, most other races, we won't be welcomed. I doubt they'll try to stop us, but they will alert the Auran Elves.
And when they do, how long until they become a problem?
They'd have to travel through the Cinderwood. Not long.
So do we.
When you head north through Aura, you'll move closer to the city of Aura. It would be a lot easier to make that trip undetected.
Okay, but then I suggest we try and get around. But if we're spotted, then it might make them a lot more nervous of us.
Yeah. Can I look for any potential paths that might allow us to get through undetected?
Okay.
You do.
Oh,
yeah,
I know what I'll do. I've got it.
What are you gonna do?
Let me take a look here. Do I have... Yes! I can transform into something. Maybe I won't get noticed. I can look for a path for us to come through.
Okay. Just watch that one. He's moving around now.
It seems to want patrolling up and down this area. Okay, you're doing wild shape.
Yeah, I'll do a wild shape and I'll transform into a snow hare. So just a hare.
Yeah.
Or a rabbit.
You watch as Ash anamorphs into a white hare. Yes.
And I'll pop that on. And I'll just show it on there to just see. And I will begin to make my way through the paths to see if I can find a potential route for us.
Okay. You head upwards. You do see there is this fellow is pacing up and down. From what you can see, it's difficult because you have this guy. He's kind of looking out towards this direction. This guy is looking out towards this direction. So they seem to have the area covered. You could head westwards, basically out of the map. But from what you can see, this is a very narrow top apex of this. You basically have to climb up the mountain that you saw more of the Aarakocra on, if you were to head that way. There doesn't seem to be a very easy way to stealth past them. You would have to make a break past here from the log to the bush if you were heading that way. You could also attempt to climb up on this side, maybe.
What if we set that foliage alight as a distraction and then sneak
Create a distraction.
along that side?
Potentially, that could work.
I'm not an expert in sneaking around, so I'll leave it to you. Have you
think that's a
returned
good
now, Ash?
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Like, I'll relay what I've seen. Like, there seems to be 3. They seem to have all the bases covered. We could potentially go west, but then we're gonna stomp onto some more Aarakocra ground, and we don't want that.
Okay.
I think creating a distraction might be a good idea.
It's likely that one of them will take to the skies as soon as we do this. But if we can move quickly to the bushes and rocks of that area, as
Make
soon
our way through.
as soon as they spot it and are distracted, then we might have a chance. If we're not leaving tracks, then we've still got more of a chance. I'll go and attempt to light the flame.
As you guys are talking, you hear a tremendous screech from far away.
Same as before.
No, this is different. It seems more guttural. You hear and overhead you see this Ash you recognise to be the same gigantic bird, flies overhead from the peak that the Aarakocra you saw flying around, and off towards the north, and behind the other peak.
Can I do a
Giant
perception?
Were you trying to figure out what it is, or?
No, I'm trying to figure out if it is a tamed beast being used for transport, or if it's
Yeah, go for perception.
18.
18. You don't see it being used for transport. Nothing seems to be strapped to it. You do see one Aarakocra flying beside it.
Okay. What is that thing?
I don't know. I've never seen anything that big.
I'm not an expert on monsters of this plane.
Yes, you've been incredibly useful so far.
Hans.
I'm gonna head over to the bush over here.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to head over.
And, with my survival kit, and so it's a little fire in the base. I want it to be a slow burner. You know, I don't want to just blast the thing. I want it to just slowly take. You know.
Okay, do you want to do a fire making check for me? What's your fire making level? You better have ground that fire making up to 99, dude.
No, that's not there.
Yeah, you managed to. You gather together some of the drier looking leaves from under the bush into a small pile and light it, and you see the begins to catch.
Wait, I'm off. I'm heading back.
You're legging it back.
Back over to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Beckon the group over to this side.
And we'll hide behind this part.
Okay. Takes a little while, but you start to see a thin trail of smoke begin to come out of the bush. Yeah. The Aarakocra on patrol quickly notices it. You see him head over that way. Do any of you speak Aarakocra?
No.
Okay. You hear a and this Aarakocra begins to fly over.
What's the other one doing?
That one stays there.
Fuck a diddle do. Okay, cool. Okay, change of plan. We're going down the middle.
That one flies over and lands by the bush. Seems to be investigating it.
Alright, let's bomb it up here.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you to do another set of stealth checks because now you're run stealthing through the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still get that plus 10 because you were in.
Yeah,
half an hour.
Yeah, we've still got it. We've only been there.
It's 22 from model.
23 from me.
And
Oh.
33 for me.
Yeah, you manage to all pelt it into this bush. As you get into the leaves, you see this one turn around and begin to walk towards you, and then flies up over here, and looks like he begins a discussion with the other one.
Okay, let's go around this way, hugging the cliff face.
Yeah, we hugging.
Okay.
Are we hugging?
Look at the little move. Okay, yeah, you managed to get around the cliff face pretty easily.
Into the bush.
Into
Into the bush.
Bush. Don't set this one on fire.
And you head on out. Well done, you managed to stealth
Yay!
your way past the Aarakocra,
Nice.
who rolled like shit on their perception roll, so don't feel good about it. No.
I feel great.
They didn't roll too bad, actually.
I feel great about it because we did good.
Very nice. You guys made it through the stealth encounter.
We so solid snaked our way through that.
Yeah. Dun, dun. Okay. Before you see, as you go over the apex of the mountains, a wondrous sight. Especially hits home to you, Hans, as you look to your first real glimpse of the crystal woods of Aura, the home of Ilara Ironsilver. She often spoke of its beauty. She spoke of the Ghostwood. She spoke of the Cinderwood. It rings a bell. As you look now over the crystal, you see that she was not lying when she talked about how beautiful this place was. Patches of bright blue, purple, pinks, treetops. But you don't see any green at all. It goes from purple to blue to white to pink. You see large blue crystal structures jut out at angles, breaking through the canopy. Throughout, a layer of mist over the whole thing. You see ahead of you the city of Aura and the Crystal Keep. A interwoven mishmash of these blue crystals. Some of them seem to spiral. It seems like they've been chiseled away and etched towards the top to create a tower-like structure which reaches very high above the canopy. The top of it glows with a faint blue aura. Below you immediately, you see some of the wood is actually brown and leafless. You see reflections of water through the canopy every now and then. It seems like there's a lot of water in this area. It's a long climb down, but you've probably never seen a sight quite like this. Ashe, it resonates with you, being from the woods. These are like alien to you. You're used to lush green woods with big brown trees and dirt and all kinds of woodland creatures. As you descend down the mountain, you're struck with the tranquility of the crystal woods. This area. The creatures, they tiptoe around almost silently. You catch what looks to be some blue and pink lights darting through the treetops. The leaves, as you enter the woods, are translucent and brittle. The tree trunks themselves, you see white trunks, bright, brilliant white trunks, some with a faint blue kind of hue to them. The roots plant into a lush earth with blue grass that seems to spread out. As you move into the crystal woods, you see ahead of you the leaves begin to fall away. The trees go from a white from the base to a charred black on the top. But you can see the signs of life, new leaves beginning to poke out, new twigs. But mostly it looks like you're walking through a forest of burnt matches. There is actually a smell of char in the air. As the sun begins to set, you notice the light of Aura. It gives off a miasma of luminescence which flows with the mist between the trees. You realise you've entered the Cinderwood. We'll have a small break and we'll come back in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke.
That sounds good.
Alright.
Cool.
Whoop. And we are back, I do believe. Let me continue the music because I've paused it like an idiot. There we go. Okay. Nighttime descends upon the party as they enter the Cinderwood, the burnt forest. You guys want to make a camp, or you're slumming it, or you wanting to go through the night?
How long do we have left?
A bit of a distance from the Gith. I would say 3 or 4 hours.
Let's another day in it. Another day.
It's another It's another night.
We could power through. What do you think?
Power through for a... We could, but we will risk becoming exhausted.
Let's make camp here.
Very well. You guys make camp the usual routine.
Yeah, I'll use the crystalline campfire this time as
Seems to fit well amongst the crystal woods. Okay, what order you wanted to take your watches in?
I'll go first.
So same as
I'll
last time?
take second. Hans will go first, I'll take
Hans will go
second.
first. Okay. You're quite close to a large kind of lake, well, smallish lake. It surrounds a small island with a single white tree jutting out of it. The lake seems to turn into a river further downstream. It's quite a large one. You see the Cinderwood surrounds it. In the centre is this tree burning with a blue flame. Do you
Can I
guys...
do a?
Sorry.
Can I do a history check and see if it's something that Alara ever mentioned?
Yeah, go for it.
And
yeah, it is something you recall Elira talking about. She'd often talk about the different regions of Aura. The Cinderwood erupts into flame once a year during the spring. That flame doesn't die down or spread until the autumn. It's caused by a slow build-up of mist, which fills the gully that you guys are in, the basin. It slowly fills it up until it reaches a crescendo in around springtime, where the cinder tree, the blue flame, ignites, and the whole Cinderwood erupts into flame that lasts for half a year. There are, you remember, creatures that happily live and only come out while the forest is ablaze. The people of Aura very much see it as a natural thing. It's not a threat to the rest of the wood. But yeah, you know this tree to be the thing that causes this cycle.
I mean, if Ash is still up, I'm going to just tell her that, just so that she's got the...
Yeah, I'm still awake just yet.
Yeah.
I want to take a quick look at... Are we covered now by being in the woods? So we're not at risk of being seen from the skies?
It's difficult because there isn't a canopy here, as it's all burnt out. Only a light covering, but you guys, you're not in the mountains anymore, which is what you know the Arakocra to be guarding, so should be alright.
Okay.
You feel. It's up to you though.
Yeah, no, I'm just I don't think you need to keep too big an eye on it, Hans, but make sure you check the skies every now and then, just in case.
Very well.
Right. I'll see you in a few hours.
Okay.
As I do my my patrol, I'm sort of distracted, I think,
Yeah.
by being here. So I'm sort of end up wandering around and touching stuff and
Yeah.
remembering.
You can just see off over the canopy in the distance the crystal tower with its pale blue glow. Yeah, it's a strange feeling to be somewhere you've heard so much about, but never laid eyes on. The closest you got to laying eyes on this was when you took the high pass. It's a forested route through the mountains, and that forest is technically part of Aura, but it's very much a much more rudimentary forest. You couldn't head north due to what looked to be a man-made obstacle, a large pit essentially, which you now see as the first sign of this blocking of people coming in and out of the crystal woods. Believe the elves to have made that to stop people specifically from coming through the high pass. Would you want to roll perception for me?
Yeah.
20. Very nice. You notice torchlight for a brief moment on the other side of the lake. Doesn't seem to be coming your way, just seems to be someone moving in the dark, but it quickly went out of view.
I'm going to go and put the campfire out just so that we're not emanating any light.
Yeah, the crystalline campfire becomes inert.
I'll just keep my focus on that area for a little while longer before carrying on with my meanderings.
Yeah, you don't see the torchlight come back. It seems like someone was just travelling through the area and is now left your line of sight. Yeah, that's all you see. You see small wildlife. It seems like not a lot of wildlife inhabits the Cinderwood while it's in this burnt state. But you do see a thin veil of a glowing blue mist as it kind of scatters along the lake. You see it kind of flows up against the basin and curls back down on itself in the distance.
What season is it now?
You're in the winter.
How long until spring?
We've got a few months yet.
Sweet.
Other than that, your patrol goes by uneventfully. And then Ash, you're next if you want to roll your perception.
Mm-hmm. 10 on that one.
10.
I'm still not feeling too good from
No, you're
the
not.
chill I caught in the climb.
Can you actually make a Constitution saving throw for me as well?
Yep. That's 15.
15. You feel yourself getting some sniffles, but it's not too bad. You managed to shake it off.
Just while I'm watching, I'm just like,
Your patrol goes by without incident. Is there anything you want to be looking at though specifically?
I would like to really examine the trees.
Okay. Yeah.
What they're made of, what their leaves are made of, the biological structures, that kind of thing.
Try to give me a nature check.
Yeah. 19.
Nice. Examining one of the trees, the white of the tree, the root and the base of it, it's a very thick bark. It's almost stone-like. It's almost like chalk. You could easily take some off. Pick some off. It looks to be layers and layers of ash have essentially fossilized the tree underneath over countless years of it being ablaze and settling down again. the top of it, it narrows to. It's quite a bit narrow, so you can see as the ash kind of dies away to a charcoal black tree. Although you can see poking through new twigs, still the same black in coloration, but you see small leaves protruding through it. This tree is very much in the process of regenerating before the next blaze. There are lots of small insects moving it kind of around the dirt around the tree. With a 19, you manage to find a tree with a small hole in it, and peeking on inside, you see something that equates to a squirrel. A family of squirrels curled up. They seem to be hibernating. You see as they breathe, they glow a red and back down again. And you actually feel a heat come from out the hole as they breathe.
Oh, wow.
Other than that,
Can I, very, very quickly, while I'm looking around, just pull out my alchemy notebook that I took?
Yeah.
And just see if there's anything here that I might be able to gather for potential ingredients.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, with a 19 on nature, I'll say you investigate the area. There's nothing in the book that specifically mentions the cinderwood, but you do manage to find sprouting up from the earth a small collection of flowers which seem to be glowing. The buds are glowing. So, you're not sure what flowers these are, but they seem like they're magical in nature, and that might be useful for alchemy.
I'll take a few, not all of them though.
Okay, yeah. So you take about 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so feel free to jot that down. Glowing flowers, just put them down as that.
Flower blood. And glowing flower buds, that's a hard thing to say.
Yeah. Other than that, your patrol goes by uneventfully. You don't notice anything. I'll roll for Mottle. Okay. The night goes by. You do hear. You get woken up slightly early. About half an hour earlier than you'd like, but not enough to not get a long rest. With Bottle say, she leans down towards you, Hans, and whispers in your ear to wake you up. There's a large wolf nearby. Very large wolf. I've never seen anything like it.
Okay. Has it seen you?
It was looking right at me, yes.
Okay. Wait, try and wake Ash up. He's better at this kind of stuff than me.
Okay. She creeps over to Ash. Ash gives you a poke. There's a very large wolf I noticed in the woods. Huge.
A wolf?
Huge black. Its eyes burned like embers.
It's not a dire wolf?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
I'm going to try and get a glimpse of it as well.
Yeah, I'll sit up very slowly. Which direction?
It's off that way. She kind of points towards the north kind of bank along the river.
And I'll try and see if I can see it.
Okay. Perception checks from both of you. Is there anything else you guys are doing?
17. I'm going to I'm going to very carefully turn my head around because wolves don't usually travel alone, and just see if I can spot any others. See if we're surrounded.
You can see Mortal seems a bit shaken by it. Seems like she got a bit of a scare.
Oh, bless her.
I'm going to try and calm her down as well. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it.
As you're saying that, Hans, with your nat 20, about 100 feet away, between two of the trees, to give you the image, the tree trunks are fairly slender. They jut up around you, kind of sporadically around these black trees, or white and black trees. You see between two of the trees, prowling, a giant wolf. It's huge. Its back is arched and it's looking towards you. Its eyes ablaze with fire. It walks from out of a tree, from behind a tree, and behind another tree, as if it's carrying on walking, but as it goes through that second tree, it seems to disappear behind it, impossibly so. So you just see it for a brief moment between the two trees, but not on either side of those trees.
Can I do a history again and see if this is something I've heard of before?
Go for it.
Well,
Ilara's never mentioned this. No, you don't. You've never heard of this.
I don't know what we're dealing with here, but I don't like it. It seems to have just vanished. Could be anywhere. I'm going to ready my weapons.
Okay.
Activate Freya. Animated
Freya
shield.
comes out. Yep.
And move towards the site.
Okay. You see Hans walk off in that direction. What are you doing, Ash?
I'm going to stand up from my bedroll, and I'm going to prepare to transform into a great big beast.
Okay.
In order to help defend our territory.
As Hans walks off in that direction, Ash, you notice about 80 feet away from you, the wolf kind of stood staring you down. It seems to be basically in the opposite direction that Hans is currently walking in. It watches you carefully, its head down, and then begins to walk away, again disappearing as it passes behind a tree.
Yeah, I kind of like stare at where it was.
Did
like,
you see it? Did you see it?
Confused.
You saw that, right?
What?
I'm not getting
What?
insane. The wolf, the big. The wolf.
Can I
Where's it gone?
see if I've ever heard anything like this before? Any kind of
Do you want to do a nature
weird
check? See if you've heard of
weird-
it. Yeah.
teleporting wolves? 22.
You've heard of creatures that can blink and teleport around, but nothing as large and as giant as this. You feel like you would have heard that they were also gigantic black ember-eyed wolves. This doesn't ring a bell to you with 22.
Wow.
Past the invisibility.
Yeah, sure. You can't see invisibility. Okay.
And can I use my perception to see if I can see it?
Yeah, go for it.
I need to.
22. Looking around, you see Mottle's considerably on edge right now. She has a book at hand and a wand in the other. Seems to be staring around. You don't see anything. You don't see anything.
Oh, that might happen.
Now that I've seen this, can I transform into it?
No.
Okay. Oh wow, it's beyond my powers.
Can I cast detect magic now?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. 30 feet of you. Okay, you sense some magic in this way. You can use your actions. Okay. Right. Okay. It's 10 minutes duration, yeah? Okay. It's good to know that. See invisibility isn't it a concentration spell. That's cool. Okay. So you've got both. You've definitely widened your perception of the world.
I'm going to use my other thing in a minute.
Staring around, you see, as you stood there around the camp, you don't notice anything.
Sort of moving around as well, trying to just broaden that that range.
Okay. Sure.
Anything coming up?
No.
Okay. I'm now going to take a sort of kneeling stance and use divine sense now.
Okay.
My next scanning tool.
Sure. Go for it.
Are you good with that? Oh, do you want me to? Can I be on 20 just so you can see it?
Okay. ...60 feet. Celestial fiend or undead. Okay. You place your hands to the ground for a second. You feel the essence around you. You actually do feel a pleasant feeling around you, within the forest itself. You don't detect any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you. But you do smell something's off.
Can I sense direction?
No.
And what do you want me to do?
Just ready yourself. I don't know what we're dealing with here, but it's beyond my skill to identify.
About 50 feet away, you see it again for a brief second, pass between the woods.
Not looking at us this time, or still staring us down.
Still staring you down.
Getting closer as well.
Yeah. Hans, you hear a voice. As you both do. You hear I shouldn't be here.
Is this in my head?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and communicate back.
Okay.
Who are you?
You get no response.
Answer me. Maybe we can work this out.
How long have you been here?
Show yourself.
How long have I been here?
I don't know who you are.
Seems to go silent.
Did you hear that?
I did.
You hear footsteps crunching on the hardened, ashen earth. You notice the wolf, Ashe, about 30 feet away, solemnly walking slowly between two trees.
All right. I am going to approach unarmed and very loudly pronounce, I don't wish to harm you. I don't wish you to harm me or my friends. What can we do for you?
You walk towards the direction of the wolf. The forest seems silent. All the birds, the wildlife, died down to nothing. It appears from behind a tree about 40 meters away and stares towards you.
I'm gonna look it straight in the eyes. I'm gonna stare back.
I'm going to need an animal handling check from you.
Well, I was on the wrong page for that. 21.
21, very nice. I'm not sure how I got to be here. Is this what they call existence? You see it kind of pats with his paw on the ground, digging into the earth slightly, looking down.
Can I hear this as well?
Yeah. Brings his paw up and looks.
Hans is not from this realm.
It's a void creature.
Such smells and beauty. Far cry from the hollow wood. He kind of walks and disappears behind a tree, only to appear about 20 feet from you, Hans, on your right.
I'm going to sheath my weapons.
Okay.
You have nothing to fear from us. We can help you become accustomed to this land.
Mottle says, "What's he doing? Let's take care of this. You shouldn't be near that thing, Hans.
Lower your wand, Mottle. It's a lost creature, and we might
It's a void
be
creature.
able to reason with
It's
it.
dangerous."
It may be a void creature, but it sounds confused and lost.
As she's
doesn't
talking,
s-
you see the wolf pass right behind her from behind a tree with a, and then pass behind another tree.
I'm going to
Turns around
continue trying to keep eye contact with it when I can.
Okay.
Again, not holding a weapon. I promise not to hurt you if you promise not to hurt me. Or any of us.
What are you? You don't see the creature, you just hear it in your head.
We are creatures that exist.
They say
This is
you're
existence.
lucky.
Welcome to existence.
I shouldn't be here.
Do
Well,
wish
you are
to return?
here.
Hans, you notice a dark shadow move along the floor and Slick beside you.
We can help you go home if that's what you wish.
I don't wish for that.
What do you want?
The concept of want is new to me. I'm unsure. You see it go right behind Mottle again. Like she doesn't notice at all. But you see she's only like what, 3'5". It stands at about 6 feet up above her, this black shadow just surrounding her, just staring down her. The small one fears me. I quite like the taste of that. And then walks behind another tree.
We can help you. If you will trust us, we will help you. You probably know things that we would find helpful, and we'll know things that you would find helpful.
Your kind likes to talk and not act, it seems. This is the way of all men.
No. And you will seek. If you seek others, you may well find danger very quickly.
Kind of sits ahead of you it's about 10 feet away now, Hans. You see it just sitting there. would I... What should I do in this new place?
You've taken the form of something very similar to this place. Maybe a little bigger. But if we found others, then maybe you could learn from them.
There are no others like me.
No, but here in this realm, there are others that look somewhat like you that might be able to show you how to live and exist.
I met a kind man in my wood. He didn't attack me either.
Who was he? What was his name?
He gave me no name, but he was from here, from creation. He walked through
Did
my
he wear,
wood.
on his face, did he wear glasses, goggles?
There was something attached to his face, yes.
Circular across his eyes?
He smelled delicious at first, but as he grew used to me, his fear faded, and so did his temptation. But the small one, I like the smell of the small one.
You will not harm her, and you will not harm us. Her fear will subside.
If I cannot feed her, I should find somewhere else I can.
We can help you with that. I think there are many creatures to the east of here that would fear you.
East, you say?
Yes.
She looks towards the east, you see her. Just looks up at the mountains.
Beyond the mountains.
Beyond the mountains.
Creatures that would fear you. Not feel. Well, maybe they'll feel it.
Depends, I might like that.
They maybe.
Then I should travel east to feed.
The meal will be bountiful, and I imagine you'll get many meals out of it.
Existing.
See, the creatures called goblins. They are both salty and delicious, and very frightful.
Frightful, you say?
And also easily frightening.
Yes.
Thank you for your guidance. I must.
Can you tell us more about your encounter with the human in your forest?
Human was dropped in the middle of the Hollowwood, my domain, and walked around aimlessly for a very long time. I was going to feed upon him, but he, like you, tried to bargain with me, tried to console me.
That sounds like him.
He left
Definitely
towards the
does.
hills, in the hands of that wizard.
Wizard.
Plunders my lands, travels along the void, plucking at what he needs for his creation, as he plunders this plane of glass. He needs not eat, nor sleep. And ever since he arrived, things have been different. There's been a smell in the air, the smell of opportunity.
Do you know his name?
Calls himself Year.
No, he did survive.
And you say the void has been different since his arrival? That there's been opportunity? Opportunity to what? Exist? Come here.
He travelled to the Valley of the Lost when he first arrived, and he spoke with Loretharum. He was very adamant on leaving. He sparked a hope amongst the lost ones that there is a possibility of returning, and when that happened, the lost ones muttered and moaned and spoke. The idea of being able to reach out to creation and to touch it, become part of it. They're excited. The referendum is excited.
Our friend, was he allied with this wizard?
I'm unsure. The wizard beckoned him to his lair. I didn't see him again. He may have been eaten. Although I don't think the Dark Wizard eats anymore.
Very well. Thank you for the information.
Begins to walk away. East.
Hope he enjoys his meal.
Don't be too attached. We may have to kill that thing at some point.
Potentially, he will run out of goblins eventually.
Yes.
But very clever tactic to get rid of one enemy by sending it into another, Hans.
Yes, thought maybe we could thin the herd, but that may well come and bite us in the arse at some point. We'll have to check in on that situation at some point.
Well, I mean,
Creatures
we
from
will be heading towards Bridget, so we'll be able to catch the situation as we leave.
creatures from the void should not be able to easily come to this realm. If this has happened, then something has changed.
Costa mentioned that the challenge that Zite took potentially has broken the veil between this world and the void.
I suspect that the challenge itself has come from Yer, that he's pulling all of the strings here. Yer was never flung from his tower. He's been building something. I don't know what, but it's not good. And the result is this. Possibly these tentacles that spring from the ground, the eldritch eye, now the wolf.
It's as if he plans to pull the void here.
That is something we cannot allow.
Do you think Yer has taken dominion
Yes,
over the void?
No,
that's what I suspect.
No? You don't think so, mortal?
there are far greater minds at work in the void, incomprehensible creatures of infinite size and malice.
A useful puppet, then, maybe?
If he has staked some claim within the void, he's still small fish. But
Big fish when he comes onto shore, though.
very true. And if he has made a deal with one of these aberrations, he could be not the puppeteer, but just another puppet.
A
Whatever
very
he is,
useful puppet
shut it
with
down.
ties to reality.
He needs to be withdrawn from the void. We need to seal the void.
I can do
And,
this. I can repair the hole he punched, but only when we're on the other side. We have to get through the rift, and I'll need the book to do it.
Would you think we need to enter the void as well?
Not the void itself, but the veil, the bridge that connects the void to this place.
Okay. Let's get on with it then.
We'll get towards the Gith breeding encampment. There's a rift nearby within the cave system.
Are we any way of entering into this rift without engaging the Gith?
We could try and stealth our way through their encampment, but I think they will have it guarded. It's sacred to them.
And they're sentient. They're intelligent creatures.
Yes, they are. Very intelligent. Frighteningly so. But they also
Rather
have...
not massacre a load of recently laboured ethereal beings if we can help it.
could make a deal. We could sneak
You
our way
think
through.
so?
they're intelligent enough to maybe make a deal with, then maybe we
Notoriously.
can offer them something.
They're notoriously territorial, and we are stepping on what is essentially their nest. It's where they raise their children. They'll be
How do the
more-
elves view them? Do you know?
I don't know. They haven't been here for too long. They've only been using a rift the past 2 years, I believe.
I'm wondering
The
if
elves
we
may not
could,
even know.
as a bargaining chip, if we could offer to speak to the elves and have the area officially staked as their own.
Potentially.
If you could fool them into believing that, maybe. But again, they hold this rift secret. It's their only connection home.
They probably already view it as their territory anyway.
They're not
Giving
gonna-
it to them officially may not be worth anything to them.
Well, it'll save them, I guess, any unwanted trespassers like us in the future.
Uh-huh.
I guess we'll see what we get when we get there.
We have options. I'm not entirely sure how successful they'll be, but we have options.
We should head that way then. And we should be quiet
Yeah.
about it.
Very well.
Let me know when we're close, and I'll try and give us some cover.
Okay.
We've just done a long rest, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, you've just cast 3 spells, or 2 spells.
Oh, did
Yeah.
that? Yeah, good point. Yeah.
It's over that way. You see, she points towards where you saw the light the previous night, during the night, Hans.
Okay, let's go.
Good. Let's go. You guys begin your move. You're going at slow pace. You're taking it. Are you stealthing? Are you?
No, pretty slow approach.
We're taking it slow and carefully. Not stealthing, but as we get closer to their territory, we'll probably become a bit more careful and stealthy.
Okay. Takes you a few hours before Mottle stops. Okay, we're close by.
Is this the territorial line then?
She points towards a small collection of basically edge of mountains that make up the northern part of the basin you're in. You can see a few structures built into the mountains, kind of rounded buildings. They're pretty strange in design, but seem to be made out of brick. This is the encampment.
All right. And I very gently make my hand symbols and whisper in Druidic as I cast Pass Without a Trace once more.
Nice. Okay, Pass Without a Trace has been cast. You guys approach from the south.
This time.
I assume this is the south.
Yeah.
The trees.
You don't see any movement straight off the bat. Okay. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to move up to here to see if I can see anything.
Okay. As you move there, you see a tall, about 7 foot tall, green humanoid. Stands with a very large bow in hand. Very long pointed ears, kind of snout-like nose, thick kind of angry-looking eyebrows, black hair. Seems to be dressed in kind of like half armor, pauldron on one side, straps, but topless and quite muscular for the rest. Lots of spikes kind of coming off of his armor with his gauntlets. He's kind of watching the area. He seems to constantly have his bow ready to go. He's very alert. As a military man, you can respect his guardsmanship.
I'm going to relay that back to the team.
Okay.
Yes, we've definitely got an Overwatch who's looks like he's ready to ping an arrow at anything that moves.
That sounds wonderful.
See, model kind of
Yes,
moves.
green,
moves forward.
dark hair. These are the creatures you were. Get back here. These are the creatures you were referring to. Yes.
Yes, these are the Gith.
Okay.
Not on the material plane for long. They only age while they're here. So if you see an old Gith, he's likely very powerful. He's lived many lifetimes by human standards.
Okay.
Hans,
And
how old
the-
did that Gith look?
Medium.
Medium. Ash, perception check, please.
Huh? Well, oh, nat 20.
Very nice. Okay, from your position and with a nat 20, you clock a Gith over there, and definitely with your nat 20, clock one over there as well.
There's
Where-
more.
Where is the rift itself? Is it in one of these buildings? Or?
So in the cave system to the north.
Okay.
All the way through their village.
I don't see us getting through this with stealth.
I don't see us getting through this without
As
some kind of
you're
fight.
hid behind the bush, you hear a familiar screeching sound. Hans, you notice from around your feet, little tentacles begin to sprout out of the ground. You feel movement behind you. Something moves off towards the left. And you
Getting
hear
our void help again here.
you hear two loud blasts off in the distance towards the west. You see the Gith. One points that way. There is movement as this Gith moves off in this direction. You see this one jump off the watchtower to investigate that direction as well. Perception check from you, Hans. Oh, from both of you actually.
11 on that one.
18 from Hans. Okay, Hans. As this one passes behind this building, you hear it talk to another one in language you don't know. Both of these Gith are gone. They go off to investigate the sound in the distance.
May have an opportunity. Do you move?
I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna make a dash for that area.
Okay.
Is one of these a window or a door?
This one is a door. There's a door here as well.
And is that a window? This brown bit.
Yeah, that's a window. No, it seems to be where they have patched together a semi-ruined building that was already here with wood.
No,
So it's like clay or something.
It's wood. They've just kind of hammered over it.
Ah, okay.
Can I move to that and see if I can peek through, see if I can see anything in there? Do you want a perception?
Yes, you can. Yeah, give me a perception check.
6.
6. It's sturdily built. You don't notice anything.
I'm going to peek round that corner now.
As you peek around, what's the stealth check you got?
We haven't rolled stealth yet.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point.
Yeah, you're gonna. Have
We
to
need to roll
stealth.
stealth.
14. Oh, yeah, we still got that.
Yeah, we've still got that.
Yeah.
14.
And 22.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something real quick. See if 14's enough. Perception. Perception's wisdom, right?
Perception is wisdom, yes.
Yeah.
As you poke your head around the corner, you move directly into the line of sight, sadly, of one of the Gith, who is stationed here.
Yeah.
You basically poke around. He got 15, by the way. And as you do it, he kind of looks up and sees you. Pulls out sword.
Oh.
And he bellows. Something in
Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Group up.
I'm going to ask you guys to roll initiative.
Okay, cool.
While I find suitable music.
Please be good. 18.
15.
Okay. We have a what? A 15?
Mm-hmm.
What did you get, Ash?
18.
18, and I'll roll for a model. Okay, Ash. She'll go. You hear the bellow of a Gith. Hans begins running back in your direction with haste. What are you gonna do? You can surmise that the Gith is around the corner.
Can I ready an action? Because I'm currently in a bush.
You can, yeah.
I would like to ready. If I see a Gith coming within 50 feet, I want to shift into a razor elk and charge at it.
Brilliant. Okay. The shift is bonus action, so you can't.
Shift
ready
is a
that.
bonus action.
You'd have to shift now, and then ready.
Okay. Okay. I'll shift in the bush, but I don't know if it'll keep me covered.
You jump into razor elk form. The razor-like antlers protrude from your head and glisten in the sun. That's your turn.
Yeah, so if I see it come within 50 feet, I'm going to charge at it.
Okay. Mottle uses her turn. She heads this way. And looking at the Gith that you shouted out earlier. How do you measure distance again in this thing? Okay. She casts Hold Person on it. So it's a Wisdom saving throw for him. She extends a hand, and you see a yellow light kind of emit from her hand, and yeah, he fails that. He is held in place by the spell. Okay, Hans, your go.
As a bonus action, I'll activate prayer.
Okay. The shield detaches from your back and floats in front of you.
as a movement, I'm going to move there.
Okay.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to cast Bless on a party.
Okay. You all become blessed as fuck.
Hashtag bless.
Hashtag blessed. Just a little yellow thing to remind you, so
God,
you
that's
can't
so
blame me.
old. That's from like, what, 2012 or something?
That's your turn, Ash. Hans.
Yep.
Okay. That Gith is going to attempt to break out, and he actually does. You might just shake off the hold person, but that is his turn. The other Gith makes a move. Why can't I move that? Oh, I've got it in the wrong layer, of course. I think I'd get used to it by now. Charges forward, that does trigger Ash.
Yeah, I'm going to charge at him.
Do your charge? Yeah, go for it.
And perform a ram attack if I can.
Go for it.
9 to hit.
So 9 to hit, doesn't hit. As you charge towards him, it's your first time in Razor Elk form. He manages just to dodge out the way real quick, and you kind of move.
So does he
past
not
him.
get knocked or anything? Because
No,
it's a strength save
You didn't hit
before
him,
the
so
hit. Oh, okay.
It has to be after.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd do charge first, and if I charge at him, I manage to hit him with a ram. I don't know.
You have to do the attack to hit as well.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, so. Oh, actually, it's a strength save.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll.
With a strength save
that's what it
first,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, he gets
Oh.
he gets a.
One
I guess
second.
8 on that. I think next time we've done it a bit wrong. We'll need to. You can't really do a movement as a ready action, so but we'll do that next time.
Apologies, sorry about that.
Yeah, next time we won't be able to do that because you use is a move as part of your. You can't ready a movement. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just remember that for next time.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, you hit him with the ram.
Never used this before, so.
Yeah.
So I
that's-
get the charge, but I don't get the hit with the ram.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that again at some point. I'm not sure what I've done there, but yeah, we'll just say you don't get a hit. You might just to avoid out the way. Yeah, we'll figure out what that means later.
I knock him down, but then don't get to slash him.
You knock him down. Okay, so he's not prone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, which puts you at advantage with the ram. So you'd actually have 16.
Oh, then I do.
Yeah.
Attack. Then yeah, sorry, this is my first time using this creature.
Yeah, no, I'll look at because that's a homebrew creature as well. So yeah, that's 11 damage, 11 slashing damage. Yeah, the razor antler just you see a spattering of green blood along the floor. The Githyanki continues his turn. He's used more than half. He can't get up because he's fucking been not prone, and he's used all his movement. So that's his turn. The other Githyanki, he's done his turn, so that puts us back at you, Ash.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take this moment to trample this Githyanki with my hooves.
Yeah, go for it.
That is.
That's a 12.
Oh, he's prone.
Oh,
it's 12. Yeah.
It doesn't hit.
Okay. So I just kind of stomp around angrily.
Yeah, he just manages to roll hoof on either side of him out of the way. He's still clutching his sword in hand. Yeah, that's Moll's turn. She sees the guy is doing okay. He's broke the thing, so she's gonna cast. She's gonna cast a magic missile. So that is. You see the wand come out. 3 missiles. That's 4, 4. So that's 5, 5, 13 damage. Nice. Towards the guy. He gets hit with all 3 blasts. You can see he's not. Oh, you can't. Well, neither of you can see it, so fuck that. Hans, you're up.
Cool. I'm going to attack with. I've now got Peerbane. Wait. No, Lurkbane. Which one did I lose?
You lost Lurkbane, you've got Peerbane.
I lost Lurkbane, I've got Peerbane, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got Peerbane in my main hand and just my normal old longsword in my offhand. I'm going to use my Bless to add to my attack roll.
Very nice.
Don't forget to do that, everyone. And go for an attack. So, has he got the same stats, Peerbane, if I just use it?
Yeah. It's pretty much the same stats, yeah. 22. Definitely
I won't
hits.
roll the blast. I won't roll the blast.
Yeah.
And that by 6.
So 6 slashing damage. Very nice.
And then again, because it's double attacking. Do I need to roll the attack twice?
Yeah, if you're using the other sword.
No, I can attack twice, can't I?
Oh, yeah, you need to roll the other attack, yeah.
Yeah, right. So next attack with blessed. Does it matter? If we get
I'll let you try.
No.
2. So the first catches him off guard on the arm, but as you go for the second one, he brings his sword up and manages to parry you.
Okay, that's my bonus action. I'm gonna attack with my other sword.
Yep, go for it. So maybe you can't add the modifier to damage.
Hey, he's still prone, by the way.
He is still prone. Yeah, good point.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I can roll with advantage. Is
Yeah,
that
roll that last one with advantage. Go for it.
Do you want me to roll it? Re-roll it.
Just roll it again, and if it's higher, we'll take that.
Why is my advantage button not working? Oh, I say just roll it again.
Just roll it once. Yeah. 17 hits. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you managed to get him in the side, and then the side again for another 11 damage. God damn it, my boy's getting wrecked. Yeah. You managed to do the old double slash, and then you go for your bonus action attack, with your offhand. That's a miss.
And I roll my blessing in it.
I'll say it doesn't matter. You're not hitting. The third one, he manages to parry. Ding! And with that, he gets up to his feet, Razor Arc in front of him. He is going to. Oh, I don't want to see his picture. I want to see what he can do. You watch as he. Is that? Hang on, sorry. First, he evaporates into mist and comes back over there. That's all he does. Actually, no, I'm going to redo that. He's going to attack and then he's going to do it. Sword comes out towards the Razor Elk that's in front of him. Where's my d20? There it is. That is a 21 to AC.
That does hit, yeah.
Okay, and that's going to go for...
I'm intercepting this.
Okay. 14 damage comes your way. Hans's Peerbane comes out and blocks 10 of that damage, so it deals 4 damage to you, Ash. He is going to go for you... Oh, and you take... top of that. 9 psychic damage.
Ooh.
For his psychic blade. He's then going to go for you again with his second attack, which is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that also hits.
Going for 7 slashing damage and 10 psychic damage, so 17 damage coming your way.
I have reverted back to my shifter form.
Hans, you see for the first time as this Githyanki warrior plunges his sword into Ash, she stumbles back out of the form, just reverting back to Ashe as her wild shape is defeated.
We have never seen that happen before.
Um,
Do you get full hit points now?
Yeah, I don't. It's basically like having a shield that takes. Yeah, so I have full health still.
he then misty steps away. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ashe, you'll go.
Right, I'm mad now. I am not impressed. I'm going to run forward into his line of sight.
Okay.
And at third level, I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam comes down. Nice.
So that is a Constitution 14.
Okay. He gets 11. So yeah, he doesn't make that. The moonbeam comes down from the sky. He's enveloped in a beam of white light.
And that does 10 radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah, you can see him. He's trying to struggling to stand underneath the force of this silver light, which is hammering down on him. That's your turn.
Yes.
Mottle's gonna move towards you guys. She's actually gonna take her action to dash. As she passes you, Hans, she says, "We have to get to the rift," and starts running. Hans, it's your go.
Okay, I'm gonna move to there
Okay.
and cover the exit. I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm casting magic weapon.
Okay. So your weapon begins to. Oh yeah, it's on your other sword, right? You can't do it
On my
on
bonus action on my
offhand.
offhand.
Yeah, because you can't do it on a magic
You
weapon.
can't do it on
So it becomes
Yeah,
a
so-
+1.
Yeah.
Becomes a +1 longsword. Nice.
Yeah, and then I'm going to attack my normal 2 attacks.
Okay.
So give it one. Oh no, not that. That.
That
23.
hits. Some good rolls, man. Yeah, 23
And
hits.
yeah, should I take that damage when I rolled it before?
Yeah, go on anyway as well. That's 11 damage. Peerbane comes down true. Feels odd to be in a right hand, but it's starting to feel natural. As you plunge it down, you actually slip past his armour, down his collarbone, and almost stake him to the ground. As you withdraw your sword, he slumps down to the ground, dead.
Sick. With any remaining movement points I've got.
I think you've got 2. I think you've got 1.
Can you move attack move?
Yeah, you can split your move up.
I'll go back towards the team.
Okay. That makes it the Gist turn. You hear a sound from the east as from out of the door
Oh god.
comes a Githyanki. The other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves over here. You can see him. He starts to run up the stairs here. You also hear another door open and slam somewhere. With that, Ashe, it's your go.
I'm going to just shout very quickly, make a break for it, and then I'm going to dash.
Okay.
All the way up here.
Nice. Okay. What was going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she's gonna dash. She gets to there. Yep, she does her full movement to dash towards the cave. Hans, should I go?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash as well.
Okay, all three of you dash. We'll say for brevity's sake, you guys make it into the cave. As you enter the cave, it is dark and warm. You enter from that south entrance. There are Githyanki hot on your tail. As you come in, you see Githyanki stationed there. You don't see any other Githyanki, but you do hear movement. Neither of them know you're there, however, so they're not going to move. I say neither. There might be more than two. Ash, you're up. Remembering you do have at least two Githyanki following you.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. Probably just try and dash my way up here.
Okay, as you dash your way up there,
towards the portal.
You see a large, elder Githyanki with a great sword in hand, stood guarding the thing. I'll say because you stopped at that pillar, if you want to give me a stealth check real quick, and we'll see if he clocks you.
How long has it been? Do I still have?
Yeah,
no,
it's concentration. Yeah, you would have lost it.
Is it concentration? I think it's concentration. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, so I've lost it.
Yeah,
all right, I'll just roll a normal one.
Okay.
Right, let's see if I can survive this. 19.
Okay, let me check for him. He clocks you.
Shit.
You see, you kind of slip out behind the pillar. You see, he looks at you, and he has a almost Grinchish smile on his face as he pulls his sword up and two-handedly holds it, and battle stances as he Cloud Strife style, kind of just with a big ass buster sword. He clocks onto you and sees you. Mottle's gonna make her turn. One, two, three, four, five. Gets to you. She puts her hand out. I need the book. That's her turn. Actually, she does have her action. She's gonna cast. She casts web on. Basically on the big boy. So you see a wand goes out, and you see a tangle of spider web begin to grow around the Githyanki. That is a 20-foot square. So we'll say it's that area is now difficult terrain, and he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
For everyone as well, even for us.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
So he makes that dexterity saving throw. You see, he kind of jumps up a little bit to stand on top of the web rather than getting caught within it. Hands you up.
I'm gonna dash as well.
Okay.
So there.
Oh yeah, she shouldn't have been able to do web actually because.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Sorry.
You don't.
I'll undo that.
Yeah.
That's my bad. There is no web. It never happened.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You get bonus actions when you do that, or?
Yeah, you still get bonus action if you've dashed.
1 second. Oh, cool.
No, you good? All right. It's their turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other Githyank here moves towards you, Hans, but doesn't quite make it. Big boy. This way. Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me just read this real quick. Okay, he puts his hand out towards you, Hans. You see a vile purple light begin to erupt from Hans. I'm going to have to ask you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
No.
That's a nat 1. Okay. As he does it, you see something begin to come out of the ground. It shocks you to your very being as the corpse of Ilara breaks out of the tiles in the ground, head, neck kind of dangling, and begins to walk towards you. You're frightened and have to move away from the Gith. Okay, yep. She'll go. Ash.
What's this?
It seems to be some kind of altar. It's about 4 foot high.
Okay. I'm going to, as my action, I'm going to pull the book from my satchel and toss it to Mortal.
I'll let you do that as your bonus action, yeah.
As my bonus action. And just to do what you need to do, and then I'm going to skirt around with my movement so that I'm about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, about here. So I'm like behind him.
Nice.
And then
you've still got your action, yeah.
I've still got an action, and then as my action, I will. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on him.
Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, sure. What's the check for him?
DC Dexterity 14.
Dexterity. Okay. He gets a 22, unfortunately. So
Damn it!
he
Right, well, that
manages to
didn't.
avoid this pink mist flows in, and he manages just to step out the way. He seems to know what he's doing. Seems magically capable in some way. He knows exactly how to avoid this spell. Mortal with book in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Runs towards this large altar, this stone obelisk which is jutting out the ground, book in hand. She turns back to you and I'm gonna need some time, she says, and then she begins to read from the book, and as she does so she begins to float about just 1 foot off the ground. Hands you up. I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw from you at the start of your turn, my dude.
10.
Actually, it's at the end of your turn, but we'll do the 10. You can do your move. You cannot move towards the large Githyanki.
Can I move any amount of? So I don't have to.
You can
like,
move your normal
run away.
amount. You just can't move towards it.
Okay. So I could go there.
You could, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You pass the reaching out hand of Ilara as you manage to kind of just avoid eye contact and go straight for this other Gith.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go for... Will that frightened thing will have interrupted my concentration?
Nope, it's only when you get hit, I believe.
The blessed Galactic.
The blessed starts, yeah.
Okay. In which case I'm going to go for standard... Oh, nat 20. Nice.
Nat 20, that's a crit. Beautiful.
So I'll go for damage, 11.
So 11, and then you have to roll it. Is there not a crit roll you can do?
Oh, I don't know.
Because it'll be a. You need to roll the damage dice twice and then add. We'll just double it for this one, but there should be a critical roll. So
well, do you want me to, I can roll another damage if you want.
Yeah, roll another damage, but then you have to take off your proficiency from the second roll. So
which is the +3, is it?
Yeah, so take -3 from your second roll. So
4.
So 15 damage.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You do 15 damage to this guy.
Next attack, next turn.
Yeah.
21.
21 hits, yeah. God. Your rolls today, dude. Pearbane goes in, you slash right across his chest, he seems shocked. The second stab comes in and kind of gets him on the flank for 7 damage, very nice.
Yeah. And then
he kind of stumbles back a little bit, there's a splash of green blood on the stone floor. The other sword comes out.
Yeah, bonus attack. 17.
17 hits, yeah. You go from the other side. As he stumbles back, you manage just to take advantage of that opportunity and slice into his other side there. For
7
damage, man, dude. Very nice.
Dreaded.
Yeah, just a spray of green blood along the floor. That is your go, however. And now the Gith make their move. It's this guy first. He goes to swing attack at you, Hans. That is... His sword comes down on you with a 8 to hit and a 7 to hit. So he does fuck all, essentially. But then he uses his bonus action to Misty Step.
Oh, bastard.
Boom. Over there.
Oh, cheeky.
The big guy comes at you lightning fast, Ash. Great sword in hand, he swings it fully overhead and goes for a slash basically right for your neck.
Great.
That is gonna be a It's 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. 14 damage. Plus another 10 psychic damage. 24 damage.
Yeah, that almost wiped me out.
Okay. That's his move. It's your turn, Ash.
All right. In a fit of rage, I use my bonus action to transform into a big old bear.
Nice. Okay. Big brown bear.
Big polar bear.
It's a big white bear. Yeah. So.
Big old white brown bear. You know how we do.
You see
that is my last wild shape, I believe, as well.
The cave is filled with a familiar bear roar as Ash turns into bear form. Very nice move.
Yeah, and then
That's
going.
Bonus action,
yeah. And then I'm going to make my bite and claw attack at this bad boy.
Just to say, Hans, you failed that wisdom save earlier. I didn't do the repercussions for it.
Oh god.
So here they come, my dude. Where's the right dice? 21 psychic damage.
Okay, now.
As Ilara suddenly appears beside you and her hand begins to grasp around your throat, you feel pure dread and take 21 psychic damage.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That makes it. Yeah, Ash, you want to do your attacks?
Yeah, I'll do my attacks.
Yep.
So I'll do my bite attack, which is 21 to hit. It's not showing up because it's to the DM, I think.
No, I see it. Yeah, 21 hits.
Oh, do you see it? Okay. And then claws, 18 to hit.
Also hits. Very nice.
So that's 7 and then 9 damage. 16.
Okay. 16 damage. Very nice. Yeah, you can see the elder Gith. I was gonna say Githraki then. He's taken aback by the sudden eruption of fur and claw. You managed to get 2 swipes on them pretty easily there. Very nice.
I'm mad.
Rouse uses her entire turn reading from the book. You see the podium begin to glow white. That's her turn now. Hans, you go.
Am I to move there? That's sort of away from.
Where were you?
I was here somewhere.
Uh,
So I'm sort of skirting around. Well,
I'd say you'd have to kind of end up here, like go. You can't go closer to him, so.
could I go there next to her?
Yeah, you can get there. As long as you go round the pillar.
Yeah, going round. Yeah.
Yeah. The corpse of Ilara following
her.
behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast command
Okay.
on the big boy.
Okay.
And my command is to drop.
Drop his sword.
weapon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the check?
It is DC Wisdom 13.
Okay. He gets a 9. So you shout drop, and he just instinctively drops his weapons. Okay, he's down on the floor. Oh, actually, he needs to make a concentration check, I believe, as well. From
I've got to make a Wisdom saving throw.
is that concentration? It isn't a concentration. Yeah, you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Before I do that, I'm going to do a bonus action because I'm not the money. I'm going to recover a spell slot using my
Okay.
divine power. Which is that one. And then I'm going to do my wisdom 16.
16. What's his spellcast? Yeah, you managed to successfully shake off the phantasmal killer. Disappears. You now realise it was some kind of psychic illusion. But you do definitely feel still have that feeling around your throat. Where she grabbed
Luckily, I was into that.
Okay, that's your guys' round. This Githyank here, you can see he heads towards Mottle, and he's going to attack. That's 14. So that hits, and that's 8 damage. 8 slashing
I'm going to
damage.
reaction.
Yeah, go for it. Use your roll your thing.
I'm pretty sure it's D10 plus 3. No, sorry. D10 plus 3. 7.
7. So yeah, she takes 1 damage, but then she also takes 8 psychic damage. So that's 9 damage. These psychic swordsmen.
Yeah, not cool. Right. I want one.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution. You can see she drops as she takes the damage, slash to her back. She drops that foot down. She kind of loses concentration on whatever spell she's casting.
Damn it.
Okay, big boy, looking at you. Big bear. Here we go. A 24 to hit.
It's
Okay, and that's
With his great sword, which he's not holding now.
shit. You're right. Okay, yeah, he's gonna use
he's
his.
no longer holding a weapon.
Yeah, he's gonna use his. I'll say his action to pick up his sword, and he can't do a multi-attack. Well played. Well played. You have defeated the dungeon master this time. That's his go then. Good use of command. Ash, you're up. You see he just picks his sword up off the ground, but then he kind of looks up at you as you stand on two legs above him.
And then I'm gonna bite him, and I'm gonna claw at him.
Go for it.
19.
19 hits.
Hit.
God, you guys
That's
have rolled
7.
so well today.
So that's 7 damage, and then
Yep.
claw hit is 24 with
Yep.
11 slashing damage.
Jeez. Yeah, he just takes another 2 hits. He's kind of taken, back down to his
18,
knees from
right?
where he was kind of trying to prop himself up on his greatsword. Nice, very nice. That's your turn.
Mhm.
Okay. Mottle begins her spell again. She begins to rise off the ground. That's her go. Hands you up.
I'm going to do the old treble.
The old treble hit. Go for it.
The old treble sounds like a good sandwich. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I'd take an old treble. Yeah, it sounds like a
I'm
good.
hungry.
14. I'm going to roll my thing just in case.
Okay.
D4. D4. 1.
15 sadly doesn't hit. He sees you coming for him, and he brings his sword up to clash against Peerbane.
I'm going to give him one of these then. Hang
So
on.
12. You can't use bless again.
Oh, can you?
It's only once per
Like
turn,
once
yeah.
per turn, I think.
Yeah. Manages to parry that one too.
Alright.
Little triples turn into a single.
16.
16.
Wait. 17.
+1. Very nice. It
Oh,
hits.
it's a +1 to your sword.
He begins to parry your sword. He has a bit of a grin on his face, but it just slips past and embeds itself in his shoulder.
Yeah, fuck you,
Mistake.
motherfucker. It's +1 to that and the damage, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Show me 7.
Very nice. Yeah, the glowing sword embeds itself into green flesh. And that is Hans's go. It is their turn. Unless you have a bonus action you want to use.
No, that was my bonus.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay. The Gith Yankee turns to you. Hans, he's going to come at you with a nat 1.
Oh, no, probably. Oh, shit.
So he doesn't do anything. And it's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 9 slashing damage. Oh wait, is it 9? That's 9. It's 13 slashing damage. And 2 psychic damage.
I am. Oh, good.
As he slashes into you, darkness envelops the room. You hear a screeching sound. From behind the large Githyanki, you see a figure begin to emerge. You see first a giant eyeball, but then it splits open. A pool of blood drips down it, and you see a shadowy figure step out from it. It looks around for a moment, and you see with him he brings a light. Dashes towards the Githyanki. That's attacking you, Hans. and this light begins to focus to a narrow point, a long narrow point. A sword of pure light stabs, there's a moth attacking me, stabs the Githyanki in the side, embeds itself in. You recognise this sword, Hans. You recognise the hilt as Lurkbane slices into the side of the Githyanki, begins to drop down onto its knees. The figure seems to look towards your hands, and he lets go with the blade and disappears. The blade remains in the body of the Githyanki as it falls to the floor. Big boy's turn. Ashe is coming at you bare form. It's 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And that's gonna be 11 plus 12 psychic damage. So
A lot of counting.
23 damage comes your way.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, no, I can deal with that.
It
We're
just
okay.
carves down your pelt. Crescent of blood smatters across the tile floor. With that, however, that is his turn. And it is your go, Ashe.
In a fit of pure rage, I'm going to attack back, and I'm going to try and maul him with a bite.
Do it.
Oh, well, that's an 8 to hit.
8 doesn't quite do it.
So I'm going to try and claw at him instead, and that's 16 to hit.
16 doesn't hit.
Ah!
It manages just to, you hit the blunt end of his sword. You do hear the footsteps of approaching Githyanki from the entrance of the cave. It is Mottle's go. She rises further from the ground and spreads one of her hands out. You see the pillar erupt into a brilliant white light as some kind of doorway opens within it. She comes down to the ground, gives you a nod, Hans, and runs into it with her movement. That is her go, Hans. You're up.
I can't leave you. Shit. Right, I'm going to cast Command with my last remaining spell.
Okay.
At the ugly thing.
Very nice.
Lee.
Flee. Okay, and that is, what's its rolling again?
It
Wisdom.
is DC 13.
There we go. Gets a 10. Rolls like shit. As you say that, he begins to stumble back. Yeah, that's his. Yeah, that's your action.
And then in my movement, I'm going to run into the doorway.
Okay. It's his go. He stumbles back and he uses his action to flee in the other direction. You get an attack of opportunity, Ashe, as he goes to dive behind this altar.
Yeah, okay, I'll give him a bite.
No.
25.
25 hits. Yeah.
With 8.
8
Yeah.
piercing damage. Very nice. Githyanki begins to pour into the room. Ashe, it's your go.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a break for it into
Yep.
the pillar.
Into the pillar you go. All of your vision is taken up with the brilliant white light. You feel as if you begin to float. As you float higher and higher into this strange white realm, you feel completely weightless. You see 3 large airships, green and spiky in design. You recognize them immediately to be of Githyanki origin as you enter where they come from. But quickly as that happens, Mottle pulls from out a box a black shard of some kind and begins to conjure a spell. She points it in a direction and you see another opening begin to appear. As your brief glimpse into the ethereal plane, you are pulled towards this black swirling vortex. Your vision fades to darkness. I said, you feel as if you're moving through a film of sludge. Hans, you get a familiar taste. You remember this taste. It made you vomit once. As this substance begins to invade your sinuses, it feels like it's bleeding into your nose, into your mouth, into your eyes. It clogs the throat as you pass through it. But you begin to see a light off in the distance. You hear faint talking, murmuring, and you start to see two figures at the end of this light. The world comes into focus and you find yourself on a transparent or translucent white bridge facing an infinite black wall and stepping out of an infinite white wall. At the end of the bridge you see fucking moth. You see two figures. One stands 7 foot tall and wears a pointed black hat and robe. He stands over a smaller figure which you begin to recognise. It looks like they're running your way to say hi. They're thankful you finally made it. Only you begin to realise that they're not running towards you. They're running away from something that is breaking through that white wall. You see a crack go up it, impossible in size, as a large 3-headed creature begins to worm its way into this veil. Monumental in size. You've never seen anything so huge. It begins to spread itself up, its body like a centipede with arms, human-like arms, as it crawls around. It spirals around the bridge on that end and crawls underneath it. As you are pushed out, it begins to crawl around behind you, blocking your entrance, as this gigantic 3 human-headed centipede looks down specifically at Zite, and who you estimate to be Yer, and says, "Finally, a way out." And that's where we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so good session. And we'll pick up next Tuesday with you two and Zite back together in the Vale with the monstrous creature looming over you.
Wow.
And that's it for this session. We'll pick up next week. So thank you very much for watching, those who tuned in. We're here on Tuesdays for the foreseeable future, playing through this campaign. Can our team make it out of the Vale alive? I don't know. We'll have to see. Probably not.
I'm going to say, looking at the state of this bear that I am right now, probably not.
Yeah. Everyone's a bit blooded coming into this.
I'm a bit poorly, for
this
sure.
encounter. Yeah. On Tuesday we'll be picking up where we left off. And thanks very much for watching. See you then.
Thank you.
Bye bye.